Alright, that's enough of that. Tried to get some jammies in. Oh, wake up. What's a jammy without some, I don't know, something heavy? You get the idea. You gotta go heavy sometimes. There we go. Back in rare form. Okay. So today, thank you for joining me on my stream. This is Quiet Screaming's stream. And we're here today to play a little bit of Genshin Impact, as well as I think I'm going to start Dark Souls 3. Mostly because I don't feel like paying $60 for Elden Ring. And I haven't played Dark Souls 3 yet. So while everyone's going to Elden Ring, I will be going back in time and playing ye old Dark Souls 3. On PC, by the way. Which I'm going to see if I can mod it at some point and change up the lead skin to something different. I saw that there was like a Lady Maria from Bloodborne. So I might see if I can figure out how to do that. I don't think it's going to be that tough. It's whether or not like it'll like mess up the game too much. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be cool. Cool Whip time, baby. But we'll see. And apparently my Twitch, my OBS was broken because I refused to update it for like weeks. And I haven't streamed in a couple weeks. I had to take a... It wasn't even like taking a break. I was still playing games. I just was like not streaming it. I don't know. I wasn't in the mood to I don't know, go solo. I was doing a lot of multitasking at the time. Like I was watching, I forget what show, while playing, and like I don't know. I wasn't really focused, so I couldn't really be like, oh, let me do this, because who wants to like watch me watch something else? Like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. Hold on, let me kill this. There we go. We're going for professional audio quality. Hold on. I say that, and Genshin's audio is all the way down. Here, we're gonna keep it around, about there. Let's keep it there. Okay. Hopefully that's not too loud. Like on my end, it sounds loud as fuck, but I'm looking at the levels and it doesn't look too bad.
Don't waste my time.
I could probably turn it up, so let's do that. We'll just max it out. And if my boy Mike the Geese shows up, then he can yell at me and be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Like, my ears are bleeding. My ears are bleeding. They're not bleeding. But I'm gonna try and use the headset more often because I don't know. I realized I was getting a lot of feedback before, and that's no bueno. But at the same time, I was like, you know, it does well. It does well. Here, we're just gonna show off a little bit with our child. He's not bad. I've got a decently built child, but he's still kind of like, this team is kind of weak still. So I did get the new gal, I forget her name, Yay Miko. I kind of had I was sitting on a bunch of Prima Gems. And I was like, I might as well just start like dumping them into the banner. And if I get her, I get her. If I don't, then cool. I'll just wait until, not this banner, but whatever the next one is. Or just like save up. But I wanted to get kind of close to pity. Here, we're just going to, here, let's focus for 2 seconds. Damn, these guys got a lot of life. I've seen her do so much damage, like, on other accounts. Like, and she's sitting on a 5-star weapon, but I don't know if it's, like, really optimized for her. Maybe I need to get her up to 90 and, like, max out all of her stuff. I mean, it's kind of maxed out as it is. And then what are we looking at here? Yeah, she's got good crit rate. That's not a problem. But maybe I need to focus on just upping her crit damage at some point. I don't know. I'm really bad at building characters. One of these days I'll be good. One of these days I'm going to be like, dude, I've got a top tier character. I think I kind of do. I think Ganyu, but I feel like everyone's got a top tier Ganyu. Like if you don't have a top tier Ganyu and you have a Ganyu, no, if you have Ganyu, you have a top tier character. Yeah, and damage and everything. Like she's the best. I wonder if they when they run her banner again, if I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm bored. I'm gonna see if I can get like a Constellation 1 Ganyu. That would be neat. I don't think I've got the patience, or I definitely don't have the capital to drop it into a like a multi-constellation Ganyu. That'd be wild though, having a C6. She'd just tear everything up. But I like my peeps. I really do want to get Ningguang properly fixed. Like I did, like for a week, I sat around trying to build her kit, and I think I got her good. It's just, I don't know. I need to figure out a better team comp. Like these are all characters that like I'm trying to get like friendship level. Oh fuck, you are friendship level 10. I need a new healer. I've got Sayu, and I kind of want to get her up, but like we've got 2 Geo characters, so it's kind of like useless. And actually, what the hell am I doing? I don't need what's her name anymore. Like we can get rid of Diona and throw in a better healer. Let's Sanga, yeah, main healer, right there. Here, let's get the heals. Done. Yo, what up, dude? What? Whoa, Jesus Christ. Listen, your little pep talk. I was like, I'm going to keep putting this shit aside. And I'm going to be like, I'm never going to get back to it. So I'm like, I might as well just pop on for a little bit. I'm going to play Dark Souls 3, and you're going to see how shitty of a player I am. I did play Metroid Dread offline, by the way. And I rocked the shit out of that. But I was having too many like technical difficulties with it, so I kept playing it off stream. Because like when I would play it, like my Switch would sometimes, no, fuck Elden Ring. You think I got $60 to blow on fucking Elden Ring? I'm gonna play Dark Souls 3. I'm gonna go back in time. Fuck that. That's the popular thing to do. You think I want to be popular, bro? Have you been playing Elden Ring? Do you have what? I don't have it. I don't. I want to. If I did, I would be playing it like every other motherfucker out there. I'm not gonna lie. I spent the last 2.5 hours watching Adriana Chechnik play, and every 2 seconds she's like, "God damn, fuck." Like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, she gets so pissed. And then all the like the shrimps out there are like, you can do it, Adriana. She's been fighting the same fucking boss for like 4 hours. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna do the same shit. I'm gonna run into one character, and it's gonna take me like a week to beat. Actually, the Bloodborne was my shit. I never streamed that. I should have, but I think that was like pre-stream. But do you have Elden Ring? Oh, the only one that kept my attention was Bloodborne. Just because, like, it looked cool as shit. I love walking around with a big-ass trench coat and a big-ass blade that can do weird shit. And it felt like it was, I don't know. Like, Dark Souls and, like, Demon Souls, like, I don't know. I thought they were kind of too janky. Oh, yeah, everyone's fucking playing it. That's why I'm like, one, I don't have it. Can't afford it right now. It's not on the cards. I have to save up money to buy camera gear. Yeah, it looks pretty. It's a pretty game. Oh, yeah, yeah. But I feel like for me, it'll be a good precursor to, like, hopefully Elden Ring drops in price at some point, and then I'll get it. But I can like level up my game skills with what's it called? Dark Souls 3. Yeah. It looks fucking like wild, dude. The character, the enemy designs and characters and fucking the whole world for like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring are just so freaking creative. Like, I don't know what the Japanese are doing to like make this shit, or wherever From Software. There's probably like a French company or some shit like that. But like they gotta be smoking something really good or really fucking scary, because they come up with the weirdest shit. Like alien fucking slug baby things in Bloodborne, and freaking a dude that likes to graft like different parts of like things onto himself, including a dragon's fucking face on his arm. Like, the fuck are you smoking to even think of this shit, right? God, I love that. I love it though. It's great. Like there was this one game that I did play called I think it's Succubus, which you can't play that streaming. There's like too much like weird crap in there. But you straight up like, it's creepy, but it's not like Dark Souls creepy. It's just kind of like they went for grotesque in like a Dante's Inferno kind of vein. And after a while I'm like, this is just, I don't know, gratuitous. It's not even like scary. But fucking Dark Souls, that's some scary shit. They got some weird, scary motherfucking shit. But yeah, we'll see. Like, do I really want to spend $60 on Elden Ring? I don't even know if my system can handle it. Ugh. You know what? I might. Like, this whole, like, I gotta save money so I can pay taxes. And then, there's so much shit. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I don't fucking know. We'll see. Let me get through my, Genshin run real quick. And then I'll think about it. And maybe I will get Elden Ring, because, fuck it. I have Dark Souls 3. I can always play that whenever. And now would be the time. Like, everyone's playing it. I might as well get on the action. Ugh. I love it. You're not even saying shit, and I'm kind of like convincing myself to do something stupid. But yeah, anyway, so I've been on a hiatus because I've been trying, like, I have been kind of busy. The last couple of weekends, it's been like random shows, hanging out with friends, and like kind of being social for a little bit. And I've had very little time to like sit down and just play and have some fun to myself. And actually, all of this morning, I've been charging batteries, learning settings. I'm going to try and work with a friend and do some like side photography work. So I had to make sure that the equipment I was bringing down, um, like met the specs of what they want. But I feel like I'm probably gonna have to invest in another camera body at some point, and if my lens isn't up to snuff, have to get a new lens. So, we'll see. It sucks because I like last year I did invest into like a not a new camera, but one that's like a few years old, and it's super high resolution. I want to say it's 42 megapixels. Um, and it's weird when you talk about megapixels. Um, you're always like, oh yeah, you don't need more than like 16 or 20. Um, and then once you get above that, it gets weird because you're like on a phone, like my Samsung has a 104 megapixel camera on it. Um, but like when you zoom into shit and you'll actually take a look at it, it's not that good. Like it's way overboard for what it can do. But like the sensor's so small, there's only so much information you can actually pull out of it. But if you say have a 25 to 30 megapixel full frame camera, like one with a lens that you can swap in and out, like you get better resolution, better clarity, better everything on the 24 megapixel than you will on the 105 megapixel, like with a little like,
Nothing more than
half
regular
an inch
snowfall.
sensor.
One day I'll take you to see the snow that falls over Liyue.
So I don't know. The one camera I did get is 42 megapixels, and goddamn, like I took a picture of my buddy with it, in like some kind of shitty lighting, but it was like a close up, a headshot, and you could see every pore on his face. It's fucking creepy, actually. Um, so it'll be neat if I ever get a chance to actually film, take a pictures of like decent looking people and not my scuffed friends.
Nothing more than regular snowfall. One day I'll take you
You
to
know,
see the
people
snow
that actually
falls
work
over
on their
Liyue.
appearance. But we'll see. Shit. Yo, how's the music? Yeah, all my buddies are scuffed. I don't really have pretty people for friends. It's not in the cards. I got one guy that thinks he's pretty. He's a fucking narcissist. Every 2 seconds he's like, oh, dude, I look so good. I'm like, yeah, sure you do. Fucking weird ass, like gangly motherfucker. But dude, you've still been tearing it up, like music wise. Like I've popped into a bunch of your streams, like, and I've lurked in a bunch of them. Fucking love your shit, dude. And one of these days I'll get good. I've been like doing little recordings here and there, but like I don't know. I don't think my brain is wired for like modern music because like when I listen to like a modern like hip hop track or like a pop track or something like that, like I love the way that they can start and stop like instantly and change themes and fuck with it. Whereas I like to like take a theme and just build on it, and it like I like to add more complexity to it and like fuck with it a little bit, but not to the point where like I make a sudden turn and then all of a sudden you're hearing something else, but it still like fits the mood and there's a proper balance there. Like I don't know if my brain's wired for that. It's probably because I used to listen to like old fucking 50s music when I was a kid, and just like that's all I like to listen to. That and jazz, and like jazz is all about like taking a couple themes and fucking with it in a million different variations. But I don't think like a jazz guy. Like it's fucking weird. It's weird. But I did get Ye Miko. I need to use her actually. Nah, your shit is modern though. Like you've got an ear for modern sound. You've got here. We're gonna swap out Ningguang and we're gonna put in you.
Whatever would you do without me?
Might as well use her for a bit. Even though we're just running around collecting artifacts at the moment. Oh, that's the part that like doesn't really mess with me. Like my brain's always trying to not necessarily keep up with the new. I like change. I like different shit. Like I went from only liking like jazz, classical, and fucking 50s and 60s music and gospel music to 90s alternative, um, which eventually evolved into metal, gent, and all the weird subgenres that come with that. And then my friends were all into like rap and hip hop, so I got a lot into that. But like all the mainstream stuff, nothing of like the underground shit. And then Japanese music, Japanese like punk rock, Japanese pop rock, in metal, and then right now, and a little bit of Chinese pop, like back in the day. I used to know like 3 or 4 different artists, and now it's K-pop. Like I don't know, you do know everything, but like you can appreciate a new sound, and you can also like tweak it. You could tweak it to make it sound better, like even if it's kind of like shitty sounding. God, I wish I had your like. I think I've said this before. I wish I had your ears. I kind of want to go over to your house, knock you out, and then just surgically remove your ears, put them on mine, and then you could have mine. Like it'll look weird. Like I'm not gonna make the skin tones match, so you're gonna look a little bit brown by your ears, but it's cool. So, side note, one of my buddies at the office. Nah, my ears are fucking like my eardrums are damaged as fuck. Ooh, Jesus, really? Fuck, that's rough, dude. Are you sure it's not one of those things where you just got like a lot of like earwax built up over the ears, and you got to get one of those like little Asian earwax removal things? They're probably gonna find like a bird in there or some shit. Like a little hummingbird flew into your ear and then just sat there for a while. I forgot she was a caster. And then just died inside of your ear canal and has been sitting there collecting wax for like 15 years. I don't know why a hummingbird. I feel like that's the only bird small enough to try and get inside of your ear. Are you a smart, intelligent human being and go see a doctor regularly? Because I'm not, and I should. And I wish I did, but I bet you they could probably tell you some things. Oh boy, you're gonna be like, I haven't seen a doctor in forever. Jesus. I'm trying to get good, because, like, I don't know. There was a minute where I was without insurance, and some shit happened, and I was like, wow, this stuff is fucking expensive. So, no matter what, I always get insurance with whatever job I'm at. But I never take advantage of it, so... But, like, every time I see the doctor, I get depressed, and I'm like, fuck. What are we doing now? Oh, alright, I'm pre-diabetic. Yay. Woo. Here's some pills. Woo. God damn it. I hate the doctor. I'm trying to get good. What I needed for a long time was a dentist. They kept pulling teeth out of my face. It fucking sucked. I had, like... Oh, yeah? Shit. Alright, hold on. Let me finish up getting these artifacts. Because I think I just got... Oh, I gotta run up this way, come up and around. Yeah, like another couple of minutes. I'll check it out. And I've got headset today, so I get to hear, like, the full range of sound instead of, like, the fucking soundbar, like, taking out all the fucking sub. I get to hear it in its good old glory. Yo, one of the guys that's made a submission to you, I don't know, he had a vocal track that I was like, oh, that's okay. And I think... Look at you, you fucking audio snob. What the fuck is wrong with the Tascam? Like, it's probably got the same size drivers as one of the Sonys. I do have a Sony hooked up, but it's hooked up to my the sound system on the Mac. It looks. I mean, it looks cheap. It looks like it's a knockoff. So it's 100% a Tascam. I think that's a Tascam. Yeah. I remember there was a moment where I was trying to get my friends to do a podcast with me. So I ended up getting a bunch of cheap fucking. I think they were Behringer. I forget the model. Oh fuck! Give me. They're gone. Whatever. But I bought a bunch of Behringer microphones just so I could like hook them all up to a mixer, and then I was like, oh, we're gonna need some headsets. So I just looked up like best like knockoff Sony. I forget what the model is. I've got it over here. Yeah, this thing. Sony MDR 7506s. Because this is a great fucking headset. Probably my favorite, actually. But I looked up for like knockoff ones of those. So, oh fuck, right. I need to and these were like fucking $20 a pop, I think, on sale. I think like Guitar Center was trying to get rid of a bunch of them. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just get a shit ton of these guys. And okay, and then all my buddies like fucking pushed out and didn't want to do a podcast. They're like, we're gonna say some shit and our company's gonna hear it and we're gonna get fired. I'm like, you think we're gonna get, if we get famous enough for our company to find out that we're doing a podcast and we're saying some weird random shit, then fuck it, we ain't working there no more. We're doing our own shit. Like, that would be cool. But they all were like, no, because someone's gonna talk and blah blah blah. I'm like, fuck you guys. Ugh. Yeah. Dude, I tell you. And like, the worst part of this shit is like, I'm here with all the equipment, like, and willing to do the work. I'm willing to do the fucking work. And all they got to do is bring personality in their voice. And they all pussed out. Fuck you guys. And then every once in a while, one of the guys goes, dude, we say some wild shit. Man, we make a great podcast. I'm like, I got all the equipment, bro. You say when and where, I will do it. There we go. What are we getting? And this is scuffed. They are a bunch of fucking large house cats. I haven't figured out how to play. I don't even remember if I gave her a decent. Oh yeah, she's got the wits. All right. What are her stats? Oh, she needs more crit. Wait, fit in what? I missed that. Oh, use reverse psychology. Oh yeah. Right? That'd be funny as shit. Hey guys, you know what? I'd love to do a podcast with you, and I've got all the equipment for it, but I don't think any of you are kind of like, you don't have good online personalities for this shit. I think we're gonna have to go find some people up in like Philly that are interesting. Like you guys, fuck. Like, you've got kids. Like, who wants to hear about you bitching about your wife all day long? And you're just a fucking musclehead. Like, ugh. No one wants to hear about what fucking creatine powder you've been taking to get more jacked. Ugh. Fucking noobs. How about, you know what? Get a personality. Come back to me in a couple months, and then maybe we'll talk. Ah, no. Oh, I thought she was dead. I should probably heal her. Where the... Oh, there. I was like, where the fuck is my jellyfish? That'd be wild, though. When did I get that? Whatever, it's fine. Okay. Here, let's go to a safe place for a second. Then we're gonna... It very well could work. So we're gonna check out some fresh off the record, freshly pressed on vinyl, Mike the Geese original. Is this an original, or is this something you worked on recently? Ooh. 4 flowers. Flowers. 4 flowers? And spelt as in... Yes. Here, let's see. Alright, let's check out 4 flowers. Produced MTG. Oh, the fuck? Produced by MTG. What does that stand for? Mother Time. Oh, I can't think of anything for it. Oh, Mike the Geese! Fucking stupid. Alright, let's check it out. Oof. Is that a lighter? Or a switchblade? Oh, no. it's a fucking lighter. I know about drugs.
It's my time, you can feel it. I'm a long way from my home. Like my galaxy from my mental health. Never find the answer, so I'm wrong. I know I'm gifted with it in this.
Oh, I remember this backing.
Never getting stoned, watch it down to stone my research is up. She probably had to write it in and fuck the old, I'm talking to the innocent. I'm chasing love and let me feel my feelings. Probably summer faded on the empty moon. From my pride growing every moon. From my joy dying every noon. Losing heart, I'm searching for a better self. I think I need to hit it to a DMT. Now at the top, knowing your T and V. I'm chasing top, I hope you seeing me. The only T for me is TDE. Can we add an island, try to change the time to blue the moon away? I feel like Piccolo. I ain't by the house and notes in your recorder. Only carry flutes because I see no order. Like it stay on beats, I gotta do is Lord and call me Lord. The reason kept it on the tape.
Where's the cowbell?
Yeah, lift off. Changing the pace, don't drift off. Learn the world, feel
wait.
Outcast. Vision on only see 3K. I probably be happy with
is the flute from the one time I was like, yo, you need to throw a flute in here.
I just wanna feel this page. Wait, I'm just trying to avoid the rage. Yeah, women got me burning out my sage. I was burning good in the AM. Holla, amen. Mary make a man. Always tell her stay away from jam. Gotta be simple rhyming, that's a problem. If she's simple minded, I'ma fuck her brain. Let me give her knowledge, never novice. I'm trying to show you we the nicest out. If you want a modest man, holla so no. I think I've been the two to see the chaos. My life is like a box of open crayons. Everyone's so out of place. Said it's not, but what if he chose wrong? He can stop it, daddy, what the whole song. Everybody needs someone to hold on. He can rap it and it fit his family. I wonder why God is so mad at me.
Hey, yo, Mike.
I'm back at it, had to fucking breathe. I fat better cause I'm killing them. It's a cold summer.
He just said, I fap at it because I'm killing it.
He tried to tell me shot it wildin'. But he ain't listen when it gets to grade. I was into you, but it's too late. No more cuffing season like it made me better. Little wasting your money, stay honey go. He all mad, where the funny go?
Yo. Fucking, I love your rhythms, dude. Like, it's old school hip hop with all like all the modern bass that you need. It's fucking great. That was good. I thought you had a different vocalist on that. Like, I swore it was another dude that you were originally recording maybe like a scratch track with. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Well, that dude's voice is crazy. Where'd you find that guy? Yeah. I remember you switched over to a different beat. What? Collect all the electric... Where? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I remember like a lot of the development of that. Just go all the way over here. I'll have to check them out. Like, like I don't like his voice is interesting. I don't know if I feel like it's a voice I'd have to get used to, but it's pretty good because it's original sounding. Like you don't hear too many voices that sound like that unless I don't know. I don't listen to enough modern hip hop to be able to have a good critique on it. But as I said, it's distinct, so that it's got that extra like uh, oomph to it. When's the next time you're writing a song? Because I remember you like cracked a song out in like 3 days or something like that, or within a day, and I think you let somebody else sing it, and then you sang it, and I I miss the Mike the Geese singing voice. I want you to sing lullabies that I can fall asleep to. I'm gonna get really creepy. I'm gonna make a Mike the Geese wall on the ceiling. It's just gonna be pictures of you in different stages of coughing, and then constantly play your music, your lullaby specifically, on repeat, so I can go to sleep. And also, how much would it cost for you to ship me some of your hair? I'm really just, ugh. There are people out there like that. Ugh. Hey, can you send me some bodily fluids, please? just a little bit of saliva. That's all I want. Or like I saw you were sweating in that shirt while you were coming up with that rhythm. Yeah, can I borrow that for a minute? Your shirt. Oh, I can finally get these because I'm playing with an Electro character. I did hear Bliss Ninny. I like Bliss Ninny. That was the last song. Yeah. Hold on, let's see if we can find Bliss Ninny. I just want to play it for half a second. Actually, I'm probably just going to play it. Mike the Geese tracks. Let's see. Where is it? Let's see. Mike the Geese. Bliss. Oh. You don't have a, Bliss. Really? Oh, I don't know how the fuck that happened. Oh, fuck. Oh, I fucked up my search. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well. Let's go. Let's see. What, 1 month ago? I don't think I've heard this. Solos. Mike the Geese. I'm going to play this right now. Oh. Oh. I don't. This sounds like ambient shit. This is like something Trent Reznor would come up with. Oh, we gotta take the supplies. Okay, let's go take some fucking supplies. Oh, okay. He's got a cool brain to come up with like ambient noises like this. Oh, God. Yo. He made this track? Did you master it?
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days.
Oh, this is the shit. All him. Wow. He's good. He's fucking good. I'd like to think my brain thinks like this. Like, cause he's just building on themes. He injects more energy here and there, but for the most part, he's kind of fucking with like a handful of similar themes. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, we need a Mike the Gee song. Let's see. Is the good you? Okay. Tell me about some large house cats. Alright, some fat Garfield motherfuckers. Hey, what the fuck? Are you talking about me, buddy? I'm a pre-diabetic, obese house cat. What's up? Who's the great guitarist here? Because you ain't talking about me. You're a great guitarist. You're a fucking mental case when it comes to guitar. You just sit there, fiddle around, and come up with shit. I fucking... I have to work hard to figure out anything. I mean, I'll Discord with you if you want. Like, I could try and lay down some... Like, I don't know. I don't know if my brain's made for collaboration. But whatever you want, man. You let me know. This is the vibe. All right. What's the vibe? Tell me. All right. Okay. Wait, is that all we're saying?
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Oh, God. I mean, one, I love the idea of you riding my ass. So this is already a golden opportunity for me as a Mike the Gee's fanatic. Remember, I want to collect saliva and hair from you so I can make a shrine.
Access denied.
Not creepy, by the way. Not. This is all very respectfully done. What the f... Did you see? He just healed himself. How the fuck did that happen? Oh, Jesus Christ, and his shield came back already? What the fuck is going on here?
Transfiguration. Access denied.
Alright. And he won't freeze. Yo, he's mildly glitched. I fought him so many times. I do like the sound of it, except the one hang up is the only DAW I have is GarageBand. Let's see, we're gonna do condensed resin. Because I know my brain only is locked into one thing, and I need someone to help break that shit up. And you would be the perfect guy for it. But I feel like it would be, what's the right word? Like, you'd have to be... I know you're a master of all DAWs, but it's fucking GarageBand. Like, that's some limited shit. Like, you're built for something bigger and grander. You need, like, a real DAW. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna get Logic, which I will get. Just probably not anytime soon. I gotta focus on some other expenditures first.
Transfiguration. Do your master's bidding.
But I love this idea, by the way. How about this? Next full, not full weekend, but the next weekend where I'm not like booked.
My contract goes.
I wasn't even paying attention. I just got fucking. I just lost Ganyu. How the fuck does that happen? She's the greatest character ever made, and I fucking just lost her.
Just way out of practice.
I am way out of practice, apparently. Alright, now we're good.
Take your true form.
Solidify.
I'm thinking too much. I need to focus on actually surviving for half a second. Because there's a rotation I have for this guy, and if I'm not thinking correctly about the rotation, I am fucked. Really, buddy?
Transfiguration.
But yeah, hold on, let me see. What the fuck am I doing in the next couple weeks? Let's see. Calendar. I'm in New York at end of March. How about end of March? We look into some shit. Like we're not gonna plan anything now, but in a few weeks, couple weeks, I'm gonna talk to you, and we're gonna figure some shit out. And I mean, you're the one asking for this. We're gonna end up with the most dog shit of dog shit, and you're gonna have to polish that turd. It's gonna be a lot of turd polishing. Oh shit! Finally, a decent one of those. All right, you're gonna be like they're scrubbing away, and you're gonna get to like shit kernels and fucking dingleberries at best. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, what I do is pretty shitty. But I think it would be fun. If anything else, it'll be fucking fun.
Transfiguration by ordinance divine. Trust and rebuild. Come on.
Ow.
Focus. Blaze over.
I love playing with Ganyu because so much shit is going on sometimes
No touching.
that you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Access denied.
Oh, wrong person.
My will embodied.
I love it. I love it when it pops like 20 and 30. It's like 50,000 in one charge shot. You wish you were the bottom of the barrel, then you could justify the lack of money. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. So here's the thing. Even though I don't have a lot of faith in myself, I'm willing to do the work to try and get better. So that's got to count for something. And dude, I was fucking around with my 7-string earlier and making like the nastiest guitar sounds. It's so fucking good. By the way, I think for me, my favorite guitar tuning is a half a step down and in drop. And that's like the pièce de résistance of guitar tuning for me. But like, honestly, everyone's got talent. Oh, that's the same shit. You like it mellow, bro.
Cryo incarnate. No touching.
All right,
This
let's
is overdue. Next. Transfiguration. Born of ice and frost.
36,000. Fuck, I love Ganyu. Yeah, like my voice isn't really, it doesn't do well in the higher pitches. It's definitely like in a lower range. So like the motherfuckers that are like, oh, E standard, fuck you. I need down, dirty, nasty, grungy. Here, hold on. So this John's right here. This is in. Oh fuck! I gotta tune it. I was fucking with the one tuning. Let's turn this up a little bit. But yeah, I love it. Like, I go even lower. I have one guitar that's in dropped C. But yeah, this thing, I mean, it's a 7-string. It's in dropped G sharp. Oh, I fucking, dude, drop C is beautiful. Fucking, drop C is fucking beautiful. But like, listen to that. That's your G. Oh, of course. It just sounds more mellow. The time's all fucked up. But yeah, like... What is a raised 11th? I don't actually know. What is a raised 11th? Oh, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you about different tunings all day long. But I couldn't tell you modes, and I couldn't tell you, like, if we're talking thirds, fifths, like, yeah, sure, like, I could do thirds and fifths all day. But in C, like, okay, so I'd have to break out the piano, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess a B. Would it be a B? A raised 11th is in key. So, So, C is 8. Oh, okay. C is 8, D is 9, E, F. All right. F sharp raised. Okay. That makes sense. I've never really thought of the, what's it called? The scale in numbers. And I should, because it's all numbers. See, you know theory. I know, like, just enough to get by, but I don't actually know theory. Right, let's go. Oh, yeah, raised or lowered. Half step up, half step down. But, like, you're still dealing with the scale, so, so you're still, like, I always think you have to think in 8 notes, but I guess that makes sense. So if you're starting note, if you consider C at the top, that's your 8th note. So C, D, E, F. There, makes sense. Yeah. So if I was looking at a piano where middle C is, like, if we're using middle C as the home, and I guess that's your number 1, that makes sense. But, like, so my issue is, so if middle C is 1, oh, C3? C is 3? Oh. So is there a C1? Probably not. Oh, okay, sure. I don't know. I think I'm missing something here. Let me think. Oh, whatever. Like, I understand what it means well, my confusion would happen when you get to, like, the B and the C. Like, because a lowered or flat C is a B, and a raised B is a C. Oh, yeah, that I know. And then, like, even in the case of, like, E and F, like, an F flat is technically an E, and an E sharp is an F. Whereas everything else, you kind of can, like, when you say a G flat, which is an F sharp, like, they share the same shit, the same tone. Yeah. But, like, fuck, you're bringing me back to my the days where I used to transpose a little bit, because me and my brothers were in a trio for church, and whenever we needed to look at hymnal and translate that to different instruments, I play trombone, which is a C instrument. Trombone was the easiest. It was just done in the bass clef. So you would just look at the low shit, and there you are. You just read that. I could read straight from a hymnal on a trombone. My brother, on the other hand, was on a cornet, which was a B-flat instrument. So you had to transpose everything written in the hymnal to a B-flat, which everything's written in C. So you just bring it down a step, or find whatever the equivalent is in B-flat. And then my other brother was a saxophone, what is a saxophone? Is that an A instrument? A saxophone key. B-flat. So, sorry, saxophones in B-flat. Trumpet or cornet is also a B-flat. Oh, shit. No, okay. Okay, my bad. So yeah, I would just have to translate them to B flat, and then I would leave my shit the same. And it was really easy because I think I had this one program, I forget, Finale, and you would just write everything in there, and then they had an option to just automatically transpose for you, and just click the button, and it would push everything up or down depending on what you need. Mm-hmm. Does it? Oh, fuck. You got me questioning scales now. B flat. B flat key. Yep, you're right. B flat major. Yeah, I used to remember all that shit. F, I think, only has a single flat. F has a single flat. B flat has two flats. C has none. Oh god, I can't remember any of this shit anymore.
Next on the agenda.
Nah, that's alright. I feel like the moment I picked up the guitar, I was like, life is easy. I just pay attention to the tones and fuck about theory. But yeah. Do I want to get any of this? Probably not. I don't need any of this shit. But yeah, no, one of these days I'll fuck with it. I also need to figure out how to pipe my, because I want to be able to stream off of this computer, off my Windows machine, and then either remote into my Mac, which I know you can do, but I don't think it's going to be. I think there's going to be some lag, so that's going to be kind of confusing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure some shit out. All right, so I think that's all we're doing right now. Oh, shit. NDI is the move over Ethernet. All right, what is NDI? NDI. National Democratic Institute. I thought you were a Republican, sir. Remote. NDI tools. Securely share NDI sources between remote sites. You know what? My buddy... Let's see. Is this free? Oh, it's free, motherfucker. Huh. All right. I'll have to check it out. Here, let me add this to this so I don't forget it. I was staring at lenses earlier. Fucking expensive motherfuckers. You can put the signal over Ethernet to put your whole OBS output from one machine to the other. You don't need the whole package, just the plugin. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll see how well it integrates, because otherwise, I know I can use a another software to remote from my Windows machine into it. But as I said, there's probably going to be some lag, and my whole setup is all like I've got everything wired. And it's gigabit, so, you know, it should have more than enough bandwidth to deal with all this shit. Alright. Oh, I did that. I don't care. Angel Share seems to have started hosting some... I don't feel like doing that. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You kidding me? I didn't I show you my shitty ass network? Like, well, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Here. Let's do a quick. You saw the rat's nest, but maybe you didn't notice. Let's see. Where'd I put it? We're gonna switch this. Come here, buddy. God. All right. Well, it's gonna be upside down. There's the rat's nest, but then underneath that is a little gigabit switch next to my cloud lifter. God, this is fucking horrible. There is no network management going on here. This is fucking horrible. But no, like actually coming from like I have my own firewall going on upstairs. Yeah, I love the cloud lifter, and it's what's powering this little baby. No, but I have I put in my own like a firewall upstairs, replaced the router, and put in like a semi-professional firewall that's used for like small businesses with decent throughput. And then I have a 24 port gigabit switch up there that's also power over Ethernet. So if I ever get like security cameras, I could plug everything into there and send that signal out. And then I drilled through the fucking hole, drilled a hole through the floor on my upstairs down to the basement and ran a wire. And then that's what's powering all this shit. Yeah. Hey, this is what I do for work, man. I do this shit for work, and I'm like, you know what? Because like, so one of the things that I get to do is replace firewalls every so often, and when they say if they have like a professional firewall that they're just upgrading, we just chuck them. So I got one of the ones that had a really good throughput, and I was like, fuck it, let me grab that and just pop that in, and so far so good. I'm scared though. I haven't reset it in like 6 months, and if I reset it, I'll probably lose my my IP address. So I'll have to reconfigure everything. So my internet might go down for a few days. And that's all good. But yeah. No, I am a super nerd because that's what my job needs me to be. So yeah, Mike, if you ever need assistance with networking shit, you can let me know. Are you completely wired up? Or are you, like a lot of your shit is on Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi is the bane of my... Oh, yeah. I mean, until I got a job doing this shit, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Ah, yeah. Like, thankfully... the wireless like mesh networks are really like when they started coming out with mesh networking, like that made everything so much better. Yeah, but like realistically, hardline is the fucking it's the way. Like here, let's do a speed test. And this is with my like me streaming playing a video game. I think my dad's streaming shit upstairs. I've got like a fucking shit ton of tabs open. Let's do a speed test. Let's see what we're getting. Look at this shit. This is fucking insane, actually. I think I only pay for like $650. I'm getting 850 going out, or sorry, downloading, and this is uploading. So this is where OBS is like fucking this up a little bit because I can normally get around 600 megabits per second, but this is fucking crazy actually. Relatively low latency. Like, yeah, that shit is like next time you're on, I'm gonna bug you and be like, do a speed test, and you'll be like, no. Even though I'm pretty sure you're in California, you're like by all the tech giants, so. I bet you all your shit's like wired to run really fast, even if it's over. Why? Why are you so sad? And honestly, anything over 250 is decent. But like, I'm a super nerd. I like to have the numbers. Ah, really? That sucks. Like, what services do you have out there? Does anyone offer like a FiOS connection? Not FiOS, fiber. But even then, you get no fiber. Well, you could still do pretty well over coax, but yeah, I don't know. See,
Hello there. So, you must be the renowned traveler.
yeah, well, because
What about the equally renowned
it's all wired together with everyone else, so if everyone's online at the
Just
same
so
time, it can
happens
kind of
that
like
our
fuck with it a little
tavern,
bit.
Angel Share is hosting a Bartenders Academy week. I'm hoping the event might
So
interest you.
the real move is if you're in a place with really shitty connections and like they're not offering much, like they're like 50 megs up and down or something like that, or like 100 at best, and you're like, I kind of want more. You can look into getting. I'm trying to remember. Like my one buddy just got one of these. It's called a Dream Machine. It's by Ubiquity, Unify, I think, and I believe it does load balancing where you could put in two different ISPs. And so, like, say if you have Comcast and you have a Verizon, and this one's 50 and this one's 50, and that's the best you can get, and that's the best you can afford in the area, and that they won't go any higher than that. You can get some kind of firewall or something that can do load balancing, or I think there's a different term for it. Load balancing means it's like kind of splitting the signal. There's another router that will take both of those signals and turn it into like one stream, and you won't get like 50 plus 50. You'll get like 50 plus 25 or 30, maybe even 40. So you'll go from having like a steady stream of 50 megs to 90 or something like that. But you still are now paying for two different ISPs. You have to pay for the equipment to be able to like handle that
Basically,
shit. So,
you'll have full access to all of our ingredients to mix cocktails or any other drink you please.
all right, yeah. Yeah, call me.
Wasteful,
Yeah, let me.
You can enjoy unlimited refills for the drinks you create.
Started a call. All right, let me join the call. I don't know. I don't know if I set up my shit for this.
You got your shit set up as far as I know.
Oh shit! Nice. You're coming in. You're coming in crystal clear, dude.
Yeah, that is
Also,
not a cloud lifter.
There's even
That is a new
It's
Mesa
called an
Boogie
academy,
tube
and you
in
don't
my
have to make your
pre-zone. It's
decision
tube
right
free.
away. So,
Hold on. Let me get the fuck out of this real quick. He needs to shut the fuck up, and then I can. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I may just.
Hey, I know you two.
All
So
right.
what can I get for you today?
Fuck it. We're just gonna crash Genshin, cause
Oh no.
there we go. Fuck Genshin. All right. Sorry about that. But wait, what are you using?
I'm using a PreSonus tube pre.
Oh!
It's a single channel
Yeah.
tube preamp, super cheap. But I modded it. I took the tube out and I put a Mesa Boogie tube in it, a 12AX7 in there.
Oh shit! How does that sound with the Mesa Boogie in there? I mean, it sounds like this, obviously.
A
Fuck.
little bit like this, but with less bullshit because, you know,
Mhm.
like, I can turn off all the processing real quick and show you what it sounds like just dry.
Yeah. I kind of want to hear like a. Well, you could just bypass it for a second, and
yeah,
then
yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Turn
Yeah,
it
yeah.
all off.
yeah, I'm curious.
That's everything turned off.
Okay, so
It's
it's
just dry signal from the tube and the mic.
nice. Let me kill this. And now turn it all back on.
Okay. And that's the bit of processing that I do to it.
Fucking nice. That's a clean boost. That's like yeah, that's like whenever I have a like relatively weak gain sound for guitar, and then I just stick a tube screamer at the front of it, but like don't actually use any of the distortion. You just use it as a clean boost. and it just adds some extra middle to the sound. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the shit. I like.
That's a good sound.
Oh, it's a great
I
sound.
was just talking with my friend. There's a very nuanced difference between this and the stock tube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the stock tube was just had China on it, so I don't know who the fuck makes it.
Oh, really?
Somebody in China makes that tube.
But at the
Um,
yeah, but that's hilarious because like most of the shit we get, even like the high end shit, a lot of it's just made over there. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I took the tube out of it. That's all it said, and I was like, and I put the new Mesa Boogie tube in, and I was hoping to get like a little bit hotter gain and a little bit more ragged distortion, more like guitar-y kind of sound out of it, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but what I ended up getting was super clean and consistent gain and fuzz out of it.
Mm. I was gonna say
So
every once in a while I do hear like a little bit of like a crackle, almost like a fuzz crackle. But
uh,
maybe that's just
just like very when I talk loud.
sometimes like it popped a couple of times and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But that could be kind of what you were talking about. It's either that
I
or
think
mm,
it might be Discord fucking me up because like I haven't heard any pops or anything
yeah.
I've done a lot of recording with it, but it does. The interesting thing is like the old tube was very like kind of had like clean, and then it would get like kind of fuzzy and then really fuzzy, right? And it was more like a warm kind of low mid buzz.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
Whereas this one, when I'm adding gain to it, it tends to fuzz up like in like it starts in like that low mid, but it adds more of the high harmonics as I push it more
Mm,
than the other one did.
right, right.
You know, a little bit more of that stuff. And I find that the gradient of like how much fuzz I can add is like very subtle, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
So
I don't think I would notice the subtle differences. Like if you did pop out that Mesa Boogie tube and put in the old, I bet you I couldn't hear a difference.
oh, I think you would.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Hmm.
it is kind of like the overall color of the tube is way different.
Oh, okay, okay. So you
So that's the interesting thing about it is like putting the Mesa Boogie tube in it kind of
mm,
made it sound like a little bit more expensive to me or something, you know?
ooh, it's got like a bougie sound to it.
Yeah, it's got like maybe I don't know, like maybe it's just a placebo effect, but I feel like it's like boutique and shit, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you're kind of giving it your own twist, so it is a boutique sound. Like that's not something that you can easily readily buy off the shelf and be like, ah, now I've got it. Like you got to do some work for it, man. That's boutique.
Oh, that's true. That
Yeah,
is true. That is modded now. That
Y-
is not
yeah.
your run of the mill tube pre.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
should I should turn around and sell it for like $500, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Buy
how much was
buy
the
buy the tube
tube?
pre for like $150 or something. I might even be less, but
Yeah,
and then get the tube for $20.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do the mod, sell it for like, you
Four or
know,
$500. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
or even you could even flip it for cheaper than that and still
Oh
make good
yeah.
money. People were interested in that, but I don't think there's a big market.
No, probably not. And that's the other
I
part of it, and that's why you can charge a higher premium because of it, because
yeah,
it's not a big market. It's a handful of like professionals that would be more interested in than anything else. Um, and it's also probably going to sit around for a while, so you know storage considerations and all that bullshit. Um, and handcrafted in the United States.
yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I think like people are kind of getting away from like tube sound. And like when I talk about it to people who supposedly know what they're talking, some people just say, you know, you got to have a cloud lifter for that mic, and the tube is going to be dirty gain and this kind of shit. And you know,
Mm,
I get kind of what they're saying, but I also know that tubes aren't the mess that they were 30, 40, 50 years ago.
No, and they also add a character. Like, one, I don't hear any distortion, but I also, and once again, I'm aware that you could take something that's meant to be dirty sounding and supposed to add more grit to something, and all it does is give you a clean boost. You can make it give yourself a clean boost. Like it, yeah, I don't get that. Like, hmm.
Eh,
I,
yeah,
yeah.
like I've had a few people just like they see that I have the 7B and they instantly have to say, where's your cloud lifter?
Like, go fuck off. You don't need a to be fair, you could probably get similar results if you add enough like digital effects to something. Like it might introduce like some grain to it, but you've got different ways to reduce the noise and probably still get a clean enough signal where everything's boosted the way that you want to be like a cloud lifter. I feel like honestly the cloud lifter thing is like the lazy way of getting good sound.
Right.
Like this is the lazy way of getting good sound. You get a relatively expensive mic, you get some kind of input, and then you get a cloud lifter. And everyone's got a fucking SM7B with a cloud lifter and a Focusrite. I have everything except the SM7B because I didn't feel like spending $200 more for a fucking SM7B, and I instead got a whatever this fucking thing is, an Electro Voice. Like,
Yeah.
And once again, the principles of this, like the only reason why this thing is even popular, or the SM7B is popular, is because there's no thought required. Like, you can get all the way up and still get a good sound. You can back up a little bit of ways, crank it a little bit, introduce a little bit of noise to it, and it'll still sound good. Whereas, like, if you had an inexpensive mic, you'd have to have more things involved. You'd have to have some kind of pop filter to get rid of your P-pops. And then you'd have to always be at the right distance because there's, what is it, a SM58? Like, you can eat the mic, but you have to voice your EQ correctly to make it sound good. Or you can keep it...
There's actually the Audio Technica mics
Mhm.
kind of changed the game for high quality mics at cheap price points.
Yeah.
Because they're like the AT2020 is just a fucking amazing mic. You do need a pop filter for it because it's very large diaphragm and it doesn't have the off-axis rejection of the SM7B or anything like that. So it's kind of like this big half moon. Diaphragm pattern, cardioid, whatever they call it.
Yeah. What was it? An Audio Technica what?
AT2020.
Trying to think if I've seen it before. Oh yeah. A lot of people are using these.
So
Yeah.
those things are super cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're really, really great mics for the price.
Yeah. Actually, do I have one of those?
But if you look at like the what do you call it? The pole pattern that they show. What do they call that?
Yeah, the polar pattern.
The polar pattern. So if you look at the polar pattern in the specs or whatever, you see that they have like a really, like, as opposed to the SM7B or your Electro Voice have like this very narrow range that's kind of like right in front of the mic.
Yeah.
These have this like wider range that picks up a larger radius in the front. It's all in the front.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of rejection. So you kind of have to have the room quieter and shit like that.
Yeah. It's probably more sensitive. And like with mine, there is a good amount of sound rejection from the rear and the sides. It is definitely more focused than this guy. But
see, that's what I find is like, well, just from my ears, is that like when I get away from the front of the Shure mic, like if I'm over here, like at the side,
yeah.
I lose a lot of fucking volume, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a ton of fucking volume.
Whereas this one,
the side,
yeah. Like it's still picking up a good amount. Like until you like flip it around, or like let's just spin this thing towards me, and once it starts picking, once you get within that pattern, that like that scooped in the back end, it's relatively consistent. You get a little bit more boom when you're like more in front of it, but like even from the side,
Well, that's
yeah,
proximity. You can't take that out of mics.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
the closer you get, the more bass you get.
yep, and
Um,
sound loss is parabolic, so a handful of inches can mean a lot depending on where you are.
that's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Gross. But yeah, no, a couple inches does go a long way, bro. But
That's just too good of a setup. I couldn't.
of course, fuck yeah. But
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, your mic sounds amazing for like I don't even know what price point those run at. What is it? It's
I think I got them on sale. This is an EV3. This is I didn't go for the class.
320.
Yeah, this is a 320.
Yeah, a couple $100 cheaper
Yeah, yeah.
almost than the Shure,
I want to say
but
I got it.
sounds really fucking great.
Yeah, I want to say I got it for $200, and then the cloud lifter. When I got the mic, I was like, "This sounds great," and then everyone's like, "You could sound so much better." I'm like, "How?" And they're like, "Here's a cloud lifter." I was like, "Fuck!" And I think I got the cloud lifter for around $100. So like 300 in is not bad for the results that I'm getting here. But but would you use this kind of setup for vocals though? Like I feel like it's good for talking, but I think it's adding too much. I think you need a cleaner signal for vocals, don't you? So you can like
No,
no,
maybe,
yeah,
maybe not. I'm not sure.
yeah.
You
I
know,
think
like,
it also depends on the voice, like because
does your let me see what the cloud lifter has on it. Does it have like a bass roll off and shit?
I think like there's. I'm talking. You probably can't hear me.
I
So
hear you.
there is no there's no switches on the outside of it, but I think if you open the case, you have some options. I'm trying to think. Probably dip switches. Yeah, there we go. Dip switch settings. Let's see what the dip switch settings are saying. Uh, let's see. Normally, oh come on, I no dip switch. Of course. Ugh, God damn it. Normally there's like a diagram. Let's just look for images. Dip switch settings. Yeah, you got to find something that can translate it. Here we go. I hate this website because sometimes they're like, "Oh, you gotta pay for this."
Mm,
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
don't see any switches on it, but
Mm,
um, I was wondering because
mm.
it doesn't sound like you have like a ridiculous amount of low end in the voice.
I mean,
Which like
yeah.
usually high quality mics
Mm,
tend to pick up like a lot of like subtone and like
mm.
dirt tone,
Right.
that you wouldn't necessarily like. So I'm
Hmm.
wondering how much that cloud lifter is shaping what's going in.
You want me to bypass it for a little bit?
Oh, you can? What
Wait,
what do
yeah,
you
I could just unplug it and then plug right into my Focusrite.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
let's hear what it sounds like without the cloud lifter.
yeah, yeah. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. So, should I like read a poem or some shit? Like, poem.
No, I just want to hear the difference in the dirt levels,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like you should have like a lot of fucking subtone and like low mid frequency in a high quality mic that just sounds like garbage. Um and that's a good thing because you want all that. You want to decide how much of that garbage you want. You don't want your mic deciding for you what you want, right? Um and then the other thing
Okay.
is that
So,
there are like most mics are really fucking carved out in the harshest areas.
Right, right. So I'm writing this a little hot. So let me back this off. Testing, testing. Okay, 1 second. Let me boost it up a little bit. Testing, 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 testing. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. I so
I'm hearing more of the like the low the really low stuff, I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, first off, obviously the Cloud Lifter is providing a natural boost. I forget what it is. It's like 12 dB. Like, I'm almost maxing out my input on the Focusrite to get it to this level. And then like I definitely hear more. What am I hearing? I honestly hear more high end. I don't hear as much low end. I think the when I have the Cloud Lifter in, it boosts the mid tones a little bit, and you don't notice the like I'm noticing the
Actually, you
sibilance
know
in my
what? You
voice.
know what? You know what? No.
Mm.
Wait. I've got this. I've got this. I've got like the feedback machine, you know. I am the
Yeah.
dude.
All right.
Hold on.
The feedback
Just
machine.
yeah. So I'm gonna reset my meter right now,
Mm.
and you just go ahead and talkity talk your talk.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna find some shit to read. So, who's a famous poet and he don't know it? Let's read some Eminem. So Eminem, and we're gonna read it because we can't rap. Eminem,
so this
we'll
is the
do.
profile of the current mic that we're using right now, right?
Hold on, let me
In
pull
an
you up.
analyzer.
So I'm bringing up our chat real quick. We're switching this
Now
over.
look
Mm.
look at this low end,
Uh huh.
and you
Yeah.
see how like at like 5-7K that the presence kind of area, there's a big fucking notch out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Right over here,
Let me
or
see if you're
or over
looking at
here on the low end here.
yeah, that big notch, that red area where there's a huge notch in the pink line is what I'm looking at mostly,
Oh,
because
okay. Yeah.
that's like the hold level, and the
Ah.
orange line is like your RMS,
Mm.
which is pretty much, you know, taking a good snapshot shot of what your running frequencies are.
Mm.
Um, and then that lower white area is just kind of your audio signal trailing off.
I gotcha.
But um, but the pink line, right? You can see big carves out of the high end, right?
Yeah. 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 Definitely.
Those are yeah, those are the shaping that pretty much everybody has to do to a mic to make it not sound like stabbing of the ears.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because otherwise it's going to be
Um,
really harsh.
yeah,
Yeah.
and what I'm hearing
Mm.
is that build up in the low end. You see that huge mound of low end and how
Oh
it kind of
yeah.
rolls off.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's high quality mic. That's
Ah.
pretty much what that shit sounds like. You want all that because you don't want your mic deciding if you can record a bass or not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Definitely. And then
So
well, it also
and then
gives you
if you plug
more.
in the cloud lifter, oh
Yeah.
sorry,
Well, no, I was just gonna say, it gives you more flexibility with the overall mix because as long if the voice is not occupying that space, or it allows you to choose that frequency to bring in or take out, or whatever the case is.
yeah.
So
Difference between a headset mic or a telephone mic and a professional studio quality mic. You get all the frequencies in the better quality mic, whereas the shitty mic takes out a bunch of stuff that they feel like just gets in the way. I'll reset my fucking analyzer. And I'll show you what
okay,
this one
so
sounds like.
that's what the Cloud Lifter is back in,
Okay.
and
You have
thankfully,
that all dialed in?
yeah. Well, I have it set up the same way I had it before, and
Same
then
way? Yeah.
yep, and it's we're not peaking, at least not according to the indicator on the Focusrite. And then I'm just happy that the Focusrite can do phantom power because the Cloud Lifter requires phantom power to operate, which makes sense because you're adding a boost, so you need some kind of electronic to add to a signal. But yeah.
Okay. So here's a picture of what the cloud lifter is doing to that signal,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can
Oh wow.
already see big cuts in that low end, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
Especially if you're looking at like the
So here we'll
yeah,
do.
it's really doing quite a bit of shaping, I think.
It is. So
Huh. Yeah, see that?
yeah. Yeah.
You see that
Wow.
F1 in the first one that's at like 90, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's super rolled off,
Yeah.
you know? Like your peak at the low end is at 105, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
is, it's like
Wow.
it's 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 doing a job shaping that shit.
Yeah.
But is it good to record with or not? I mean, that's
Mm.
like me. Um, I'm recording like vocals most of
Mm.
the time
Right.
with
Right.
this mic. So I decided to flip the switches on it because it's got a bass roll off switch and it's
Right.
got a presence boost switch, which is perfect for recording vocals.
Mm. Yeah. Because well, once again, the vocals don't need to have too much bass in it. Like you don't want it
Yeah.
occupying that space anyway, because you're like the way modern music is. We're very bass focused. Um,
Yeah, and you get conflicts, you get masking, you'll get like weird um yeah, you just
yeah,
it's
yeah.
better and the roll off on this mic is really nice and gentle. I was looking at the switches and what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and really what the switches do on this mic
Mm-hmm.
is they kind of bring it closer to that vintage mic sound, you know?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, where if you look at like the the frequency response of like vintage nice mics,
Mm-hmm.
they have they have pretty flat and then like a nice little bump right around the
Yeah.
presence area.
Gotcha.
Um,
Now, would you ever just stick with like the classic SM? What is it? 58.
oh
Um.
yeah,
Yeah. Because I always wondered like why isn't that used more? And more than likely it's because it doesn't look as cool. Like.
no, you know why it isn't used is because like I think um people don't know how to process them as well, or
Mm,
they just
well.
they also did stage mics, right? Like the 58, right, is a stage mic kind of.
Yeah.
Um, and those mics have a lot of off-axis rejection, even more so than the SM7B or something like that.
Right.
They have like pretty much you're making that mic to reject monitors on stage,
Yeah. Yeah.
to reject feedback loops. So you kind of have to eat the mic, and you have to kind of have it right up in your face to get the best tone out of it.
Yeah, and most of the time
Um,
people don't like I don't mind it. I prefer to have the mic like when I first started streaming, I was always like this because it hid part of my face and I was like, it's like having a mask on. And now I'm trying to get more like I'm now using the mic like this mic is okay when you're up close and eating it, but it's you get more tonal qualities, more chest voice if you have it further away.
mm,
Whereas the like an SM58, like you said, you kind of have to eat it the whole time. Like you have like I remember like when I used to do sound for churches, this old guy Jennings, he was like 60 like 50 years ago.
yeah.
He would always tell me like no one knows how to use this mic correctly, and the church just had like 20 SM58s. And he's like, this mic is meant for it to only be about 2 inches from your face. 2 to 3 inches is the sweet spot. But when everyone would use it, they'd hold it all the way down here by their chest, and all you would hear is like the reverberation of their chest. Or they would hold it up like this and thinking like, oh, I have such a strong voice. No, bitch, you don't have that strong of a voice. Get the mic close, and we'll adjust the volume. Like, he used to teach me about like mic etiquette a lot. And I think most streamers, one, it's not as visually cool. Everyone wants the streamer look, and hence, like, I fell into the trap. Like, I got this thing because I was watching a podcast, and I was like, "That's a cool looking mic. Kind of want to look into that."
You know what bothered me about microphone etiquette?
You're gonna tell me something, and I'm gonna have to change the way I approach my mic.
No, like I don't know if you've ever seen Dan TDM on or is it that guy? It's one of these streamers that my kid watches. It's like that guy or some other YouTuber that my kid watches, and that guy. No, it's not Dan TDM. It's somebody else. Anyway,
He looks like a nice dude, but annoying.
Arms.
Yeah.
He's got this boom arm. Wait, let me see. Maybe that is him. He's got this boom arm and a 7B, and he just fucking wrenches that boom arm all over the place while he's fucking doing his videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it kills me, man.
So
it's
he's
like, be careful with your mic, man.
Yeah.
Nice
Well,
piece of equipment.
I've noticed that. Well, so the other part of it is, well, one, like a lot of streamers like have an SM7B and they have it upright like this, like, and when they bring it closer to them,
start me on that.
and they're just using, they're essentially doing this the whole time, and I'm like, that's not how that fucking microphone pattern works. You want to be in front of the thing, like it's essentially a gun that you want to point at your mouth, like. Sometimes I wish it was a gun, and then anyway. So, like so
that
you
is how you use that mic.
Yeah,
Sure.
and then the other part of it is, okay, you can have a boom arm. You don't need a boom arm. Like, I have a little stand that I put this thing on. I also have a boom arm, but the boom arm has a really noisy fucking spring to it, so I don't use it. But if I had a better boom arm that had quieter strings or was built around hydraulics, and then I also had the like, there's a rubber mesh that you could put on SM7B in, you could put almost any mic in, and it will cushion any extra noise so that it doesn't translate right to the mic. That's different. No one's fucking doing that. They all have these stiff arms with fucking like noisy ass springs because we're all buying from the same fucking cheap shit Amazon that they got, but like, because no one wants to blow fucking $500 on the fucking arm and then another $200 on the mounting shit to make it all quiet so that you can yank the shit around and you won't hear anything. You know, like, you can do it.
Yeah, nobody's doing all that as for a $500 mic. Right?
No, yeah. They're like,
you spent $700 on the thing to hold up the mic. No, maybe if you had a $10,000 mic.
Yeah.
And your setup was a fucking a radio station where you're gonna have rappers coming in just yanking that shit willy-nilly, and you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is the podcast that was using the EV. I forget which model. I think it might be like a 300 or something like that. So this is the one that's renowned in like the broadcasting world. But like, if you look at their shit, it's got the right kind of mount, so you can move your shit around and you're not going to hear it. And I want to say the arms that they have.
You're hiding the picture with your big old head.
Oh fuck! All right, how about? There we go. This is fucking whatever. But yeah, but like, you could see that, like, that.
Oh yeah, they're huge mounts.
Huge amounts, like, for like, so even for like small microphones, like I'll have I think I have an Audio Technica. It's not the one that you had me look up before, or I looked up before. It's a different one. But that one I have a rubber mount to it, just very similar to this, but it's like half the size because the mic is half the size.
Does it have two mounts or two buttons? Why can't I talk? Knobs.
I don't remember. Here, give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Let me turn this on so I can hear you from a distance. Let me go find it.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. It's probably me. But I'm hearing a lot of glitchy bullshit in your voice. I might Um, I'm gonna click a region closer to me. It might kick you for a sec. There we go. You have dope internet, so.
I do have dope internet. It's one of the
Give me
few.
1 sec, my phone's ringing.
Sure. Yeah, dope internet's the fucking way to go, though. Watch, I'm not going to be able to find it. I found 3 other mics. Where the fuck did I put the other one? All right, what do we got here? Oh, we've got a little shotgun mic, the Audio Technica. This is AT8, but this is for like, that's for out in the field. I got to get a dead cat for it.
Okay.
All right, so. Oh, I was using this one for a while. This one I will use for vocals. An ATM 610, which
the one I was thinking of was the AT2035, and it has 2 knobs on it. It's like a gain and a.
Oh no, it's not. AT, what was it? 2035.
Yeah.
It looks like this, but it's a little different. Let's see. I got one more pouch here. What's in this? Oh, this is a SM7 57 that I added a windscreen to it so that I could imitate. Because once again, like half of this is like the capsule is all the way in the back, like further down, and it's all just fucking air and foam. So like if you have bad mic positioning or whatever, it'll still be okay because you've got enough shit there that it's gonna get rid of your sibilants, it's gonna get rid of your P-pops. Like,
right.
Yeah.
The 7B comes with like this massive foam filter.
Yeah.
Eat the mic.
Well, so somebody was telling me, I was reading that you could take an SM57, you can actually rip out like one of the capacitors or something inside of there and swap it out with something else. Put a little windscreen on it with enough like distance, and supposedly if you do a side by side with an SM7B, you can't tell the fucking difference.
Oh, I bet. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that they're reinventing the wheel with the 7B. I think they're using what they have, but they're just like using like a little bit beefier materials, right?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I can't find. I'm concerned because now I can't find my mic. But that's okay. I'll have to. It's definitely like no one's stealing my shit.
That's gonna eat at you.
It already is eating at me right now, because I was like I broke down. Oh, you know where it is? Hold on. 1 second. All right, well, I'm lying to you. I thought I knew where it was, and I don't. And I found the arm that it was on, but I forgot where I put the fucking mic. God damn it.
Wow.
I got to respect my equipment more. Yeah. But, nah, like...
You have most of the important stuff, you know, you got tabs on most of the important stuff, right? You know,
Oh, yeah.
Guitars, you know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Amps. They aren't going anywhere.
No, and like ever since I switched over to the digital, like the ones that have the captured profiles from all the different amps, that's kind of been suiting me pretty good.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, the profile that I have loaded up on the like all the gain that you hear is from a Mesa Boogie. They just captured it and then just spit it out onto a some kind of
Pulse
caps.
response.
Yes, it's an IR. And that's where I get most of my tone. Like, if I had the money to buy a Mesa Boogie rectifier, I would a dual rec actually a dual rec. I would buy one in a heart because my like almost every one of my favorite guitarists have all used it at some point, and I don't know. I would, yeah, I'd love to own one of those one of
The
these
Mesa
days.
Boogie amps look so fucking nice, don't
Oh,
they?
they're sexy.
Like,
They're fucking sexy, dude.
they, it's just like the amount of tubes that they put in there, right? They're
Yeah.
not fucking around, right?
No,
They're like
no.
they're not like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you 2 tubes, right? No, no.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we'll start with 2, and then we'll back that up with 3 more, and then we'll put 3 more in there
Yeah.
just for fun.
Fucking
'Cause, you know,
great.
you might need that extra tube.
You do need that extra tube. Don't let anyone kid you. You do need it. But like,
That's true. So many people have realized that too.
yeah, yeah. How many
And
tubes are
it's
in a
like-
Mesa Boogie?
I think it actually has 9. I think it actually has 9 tubes in.
Here, we're gonna look up the dual rec tubes. Let's just see if there's like a picture of it. And then, let's see. There's got to be somebody that has it open. Oh, here we go. I think, yeah, there's a bunch of baby ones in the back too. Jesus Christ. That's just sexy to look at. Like when the insides are sexy, like, this is. I want one of these.
The big old head is very very sexy to look at.
Oh God. Mike, if I had infinite amounts of money, I would have so much random like guitar shit. Like, I forget. What do you use for an amp? You have like you have a clean amp, don't you?
You know what? I have a clean and dirty solid state amp, and I did not even buy it. I've never bought a guitar amp.
Really?
Really.
That's cool.
My amp was given to me when a friend of mine passed away. His wife said that he would have liked me to have it, and so I've got a FM 210R, and that's my only guitar amp right now.
Well, that's cool. That's cool that you got it from your friend. It's a shame the way you got it, but like, I mean, you've probably put enough work into it for him to be like, thanks, dude.
Well, it stays hooked up. Like, the preamping that Waves does, you know, with their plugins. I don't know if I got you on Waves stuff yet.
No, I don't think so.
But,
like,
Waves GTR. Look that up. If it's $30 right now, you need it.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It is the ultimate suite for processing a guitar on a computer. It is so good. Every guitar you hear coming out of my shit little studio here is fucking processed with my preamp running through Waves plugins.
Nice.
And those plugins, I use them on all kinds of shit that isn't even fucking like vocals.
Yeah.
The guitar doubler stomp box works super good on vocals.
Really? See that's something lately I've been trying to think more of, because I don't like my voice and I need to heavily process it if I ever want to use it. But I don't know enough about vocal processing to be like, oh, this is what I need to do.
You know a guy. Like,
I know. But like, I don't want to. I don't know. I
like, people think they're bugging me. I don't. I'm unbuggable. Right?
Unbuggable, huh?
My time is literally worthless, so there's no way you could waste it.
No, your time is worth a lot, and I think that's what it is, because when you do something, you bring enough polish and knowledge with it. Like, you're essentially a consultant, and I feel bad like if I'm mining you for like I don't want to mine you for information. I just want to have some fun and do some random shit. And then if you're willing to teach me shit, I'm more than open to hear it. Cuz no one's really doing this kind of stuff like for free. Like and
Well,
it does
I'm
feel like
trying to
mm,
I'm trying to like carve a little bit of um a space just to like 'cause I don't know.
yeah.
I want to be like that kind of a person, a consultant kind of a person,
Yeah.
and like especially for people that I like and are fun to be around. I want to be able to help them, reach their goals
Mhm.
with shit that I know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool. It's kind of noble. Like I know it's not a word that you expect to hear with Mike the Geese, but it's kind of a noble calling. Uh, but
I,
yeah.
my big project that I want to do eventually, and you can be a part of this at some point, is
Mm.
like I want to I want to make like a space online where it's like Splice. I don't know if you know what Splice is,
Oh, that
but it's
sounds
like
familiar.
it's a big sample repository where you
Hmm.
pay for credits and you can use whatever samples, royalty, you got the royalties for them.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but I want to make it open source. I want to make it so that it
Mm.
is all based on Creative Commons, share and share alike,
Mhm.
and credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And it's just a huge repository of musical stems and sounds that people
Mm.
give to, and anything that you pull out of that becomes a Creative Commons project then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's cool. That's real cool. And I so the place I work at, we're a bunch of super nerds. And coming up with a platform to host it wouldn't be too difficult to do. Like one of my buddies, he actually has his own massive Plex server that he's got like 200 people constantly like popping in and out of to like watch videos and that kind of stuff. And figuring out a way to host it, like that's my brain can help you out with that if you ever need it.
Well, the material is something
Mm.
that needs to get together first.
Yeah.
Like I've got some shit sample pack that I could put in there,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want that to be where it starts. I want it to be starting with like really high quality stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would have to start from scratch with a lot of sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think another thing is like just getting real artists involved, people who actually play real instruments and sing and fucking
Oh
and
yeah.
do real shit is
Y-
gonna be like another massive part of it because like
Yeah.
there's that that is what people need in their music, um, that they get from Splice and they get from these other things
Mm-hmm.
is like that real shit that people want to hear in music.
Yeah. Well, I mean, synth is good to a certain degree. Um, but like the best like sounding songs, at least to me, have some sample in there that's based off of like some dude that was randomly riffing on something and another dude recorded it and then threw it up and then somebody sampled it and just looped it and it's fucking amazing. Um,
Yeah,
because there's an
that
organic
that is
element to it.
great stuff.
Yeah.
That's exactly the word that was in my head was the organic side of it, where
Hmm.
it's like it, you can design a synth that is ever evolving and the most beautiful. Like I
Hmm.
think Oberheim synths were like crazy for massive evolving sounds and shit like that.
Yeah.
And in that synth, you could never get the expressiveness that's just in a single voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because it's organic, because there's all kinds of tissues and fluids and
Hmm.
fucking all kinds of crazy shit running through that.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I like I think I've talked about this band with you, Polyphia. The
Yeah, I love them.
yeah, fuck, So his process is to essentially like look at like inorganic sounds and then translate them onto guitar. Like he will take a sample from like a Jaden Smith song, throw it in a DAW, he'll recreate it in synth, and then he'll be like, "All right, I'm gonna get my guitar, I'm gonna learn how to play this weird synth shit, and then I'm going to like add all the flourishes to make it sound cool with my guitar." And
It
then like,
reminds me of Morello a little bit.
oh, Tom Morello kind of does that too. Hold
Just with the way he took his guitar is just kind of the opposite, and
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to like, shove it into all these crazy synthetic sounds.
Yeah. But here's so I'm gonna reference this because K-pop and metal somehow has like this weird crossover, and let me see if I could find the one song. It's not Girlfront. I think it's Odd Front. I think it's called Odd Front. And here,
So,
so you hear that, right?
interesting side note. Hold on,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
can't hear it.
okay.
You have the internet. You can share in the call.
Oh right. Hold on. How do I share desktop audio? Share your
Just share
screen.
the screen. Share the window
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
because desktop audio doesn't go.
All right, and then sure, let's go live. All right, so hopefully you can hear in a second. So you hear that, right?
You can't share screen. You got to share window.
Oh, Jesus.
Because Discord doesn't see it.
Oh,
Like
all right.
if
So
Discord caught the whole desktop audio, then there would be a bunch of doubling back.
oh yeah. I don't even know. I only see the
So you
option. Yeah,
you
share screen.
and then you have
Oh,
applications,
yeah.
and one of the applications is your Explorer or
There it is.
whatever.
I got it. I got it. So, all right, hold on. Let's see if this works now. So, we've got this, right?
By the way,
Huh?
guys,
What?
IT professional, by the way, guys.
Shh. Not for fucking broadcasting shit. So you hear this
Okay.
intro, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So keep that in your brain. And then let's go to Polyphia. Old ladies. I can't remember the name of the song. Okay. So let's hear this. We're gonna skip ahead for a second. That. It's the same riff. And to me,
Right, it is.
it is the same riff. They both found the same sample, and they both sampled the same song, and one came up with a K-pop song, and the other one came up with this fucking banger of a song. I fucking love it, and it features a bunch
Crazy.
of old women in the music video, and the other one features a bunch of young Korean chicks in the video. It's fucking, it's so weird. It's the same source, but like my ear, I like both songs equally in like the oddest way. But
Right.
I fucking love Tim Henson and the way he can just he's such a good shredder. Like the dudes in Polyphia are such good shredders, and
Oh yeah, they all are off the hook.
fucking
Like just like I have a friend that if I played that for him,
mhm.
he would poo-poo that.
Why?
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 Because all he listens to is shit like fucking Miles Davis and
Oh.
fucking Chick Corea and like Satriani and fucking the like this crazy dudes
Mhm.
that just like they do that shredding.
Yeah.
But you know
But
how those get. And
so like
there's a
for
certain amount of like snobbishness to it.
yeah,
you know?
but
And it's like.
so to me, like you can be technical as fuck, but if there's no emotion behind it, and if there's not enough like, I don't know, there's got to be something to hook me in. Like I can respect it. Like I hate to bring this one out as an example, but Tosin Abasi from Animals as Leaders, He came up with his own. It's essentially he's
You know what's
using.
funny?
Mm,
Wait, is it animal? No, it's somebody else.
yeah.
You keep going.
So, I fucking love the dude. I love how technical he is. He came up with his own style of guitar playing called thumping, which is based off of slap bass, but not really. He uses his thumb to kind of like double up sound and make this crazy clicking sound when he's playing guitar, and it sounds stupid fast. And only a handful of people can do it because only a handful of people have like the kind of thumbs that he's got to play it. But
Yeah.
god damn it, I hate his music. I respect the
Look
shit.
Look up Victor Wooten or
Oh, I
Wooten Brothers Thump Off. Have you seen this?
I don't know if I've seen this. Let me
The
look it up.
Wooten Brothers Thump Off.
Wooten Brothers Thump Off.
You should get the right one.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, Thump Off Reggie Wooten versus Steve Forrest.
Yeah, yes, no, not.
Let's see. Hold on.
It's Victor and Reggie.
Oh, yeah, Wooten Brothers. It's a live recording. It looks like.
Yeah, it's live. They do it live all the time, and they wreck the house with it, of course.
Oh, of
They're
course.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, Wooten is a fucking legend, dude. You don't like. There's not a lot of legendary bassists, but yeah, no. Wooten, he kind of holds the guitar very similar to how Tosin Abasi does. So I bet you it's the same kind of stuff.
Well, watch, yeah, he gets into it,
Yeah.
and they do basically, back and forth.
Oh fuck you!
Yeah, see.
Oh my
They do
god.
this back and forth, and he's
Yeah.
using like wrist warmers
Yep.
to like muffle the frets and make,
Yes.
like,
Yeah. I see that. Yeah. Which that's a
he's
metal
crazy
thing. That's a metal thing to do because you have such high gain, you have to throw on not necessarily wrist warmers, but something to dampen everything else that you're not playing, because it's just going to pick up just latent sound in the strings, like of you just moving your guitar around. Fuck
Yeah.
you, dude.
Yeah, he's just going nutty with it.
That's crazy. Like, but I can admire this for a few minutes, but if it's a whole song, I think my ears would get too annoyed at it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
How far into the show is this? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They got the crowd on their side at that point.
oh yeah. No. So don't get me wrong. Listening to this shit live is completely different than just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like
No, I get you.
what was it?
I was gonna tell you earlier. The interesting thing is my analyzer has been building a peak profile the
Yeah.
entire time of you talking through that cloud lifter,
Right.
and I got the pink line can show you exactly where your peaks are.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Hold on, I gotta kill this fucking thing. But I'm cool that it's cool that you have these analyzers, because it's hard for me to envision.
I was gonna start, and then I had it all running, and then I got into watching. This is where it led,
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
the profile though. Look at how rolled off the bass is. Look at the nice, mound in like the.
Oh wow,
the
yeah.
area.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's and that might be some of the like Discord filtering,
Oh yeah,
if
definitely.
you have that running.
Yep. Well,
Um,
I haven't really fucked with the audio settings in Discord. I'm sure there's some noise
defaults,
reduction.
It does do a lot of noise
Yeah.
reduction and shit. So,
Here, let's
but,
see. All right, what do we have here? Input, blah blah, input. Let's see, voice
if you look
activity.
at that compared to that first image.
Oh
what
yeah.
The unprocessed or uncloud lifted signal was like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Way different. Like tonally.
Yeah. It's cleaner.
So
Well, it has more information to like, and it's filling in some of those gaps that look like they were getting scooped out before.
I would definitely um, use that cloud lifter for vocals.
Yeah, yeah. I
For,
I think it provides a good amount of mids that I don't know. It sounds great for talking. Um, Whether or not it'll sound good for singing, like, we'll find out. I need to meet fucking singers, is what it comes down to. I don't know fucking anyone
and
over
if it's
here.
if it's got some like switches that you can kind of EQ in the sound a bit,
Mm-hmm.
then it's probably like really handy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know. The PreSonus thing, it costs more, one,
Mm-hmm.
but two, it was like the bougie thing for me to get, you know. It
Yeah.
was like I was, I of course do shit intentionally just to shoot myself in the foot, but I was like, you know, everybody has this fucking cloud lifted sound. I want
Mm.
nice retro tone, you know. I want to be that standout guy that just has,
I,
like
I
this.
I honestly feel the same way most of the time. Like I don't want the pre-built like profile. I want to have something that is mine. Like so I will take something and then I'll just tweak with it for days and then come up with something that my ear finds good and hopefully it's not influenced by anything else and then be like that's me. That's my sound. But like for vocals like I went cheap. Guitars on the other hand, I will tweak with sound all day long.
Oh, I
Um
don't think you went cheap. I think you ended up with a way better deal than I did.
no,
But, you
your
know,
shit sounds just as good. Uh
no,
mine's more
no.
bassier and a little more warmer. Um, but I like it's two different worlds. I wish we could do like a wife swap with our mics and setup. It's just like it just fucking like use each other's shit for a while and then like send it back to each other and be like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking dirty thoughts about your wife, aka Mike setup, you know?
Okay, so I just hit the switch.
Yeah.
This is unbase rolled off.
See, right now it sounds like the mids are a little bit like keep speaking. Talk to me. Talk dirty to
Okay,
me.
more speaking, close to the mic,
Yeah.
bass, more bass,
Yeah,
lots
it
of bass.
it
Like,
sounds
I
yeah.
don't know if it's actually working, but you know, like the roll off is
Mhm.
supposed to cut at 80.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, what you would hear would be really subby shit,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it would actually be masking the higher frequencies a bit.
Mm.
Um, I would think. I don't know. I haven't heard the mic through my processing with the fucking shit on it, but I do have a loop back so I could test it.
Yeah. Uh. But
Oh.
what'd you go? Oh, for
I no, I just
like
had a great
oh
idea.
oh
I
yeah,
was thinking if the loop back comes through my shit, then I could hear my voice in the meters.
probably.
No, it didn't work like that.
It
And
seemed like a good idea.
uh, I thought I had the idea of the century, but you know, whatever. Sometimes I'm just dumb.
Aren't we all? Like it's all good. Uh,
I'm gonna flip that switch again though. I like my bass rolled.
yeah, yeah. I think I like a flubby sounding bass sometimes.
Oh,
I like.
in like a podcaster kind of vocal mic.
I think so. I think that's kind of my jam. I
I think some people like the ASMR of just like really close mic, fucking boomy voice. You know.
yeah yeah definitely. Like I don't
I
know.
feel like I was consulting a streamer
Mhm.
on his audio, like when I was kind of new to production.
Right.
Well, I mean, new again, because like I took like a 10-year break or something from production.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
but
God. Yeah.
But yeah, so I was coaching him on what to do with his voice,
Mm.
and I I had him like basically as loud and as close as he could possibly be, and it was I don't know. He built a really good following with those
Really?
settings.
All
He
right.
did.
You know what though? Like, it's really the audiophiles that really care. The average person does not give a fuck about mic setup, even
Oh,
camera setup.
yeah.
Like, what was it? Like,
It
I was
amazes me that people will sit there and have a conversation with somebody who's using one of those cheap ass little tin can
like gamer
headset
headset.
mics.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like at my
I can't talk
office,
to somebody using that.
you won't. You're like, fuck you. I don't want to talk to you.
I won't watch a stream. I'll say
Oh.
I'll like chill in a call, but
Mm-mm.
because that's something different. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actually like watching a stream where you're supposed to be entertained by this guy and his voice and
I'm not gonna lie. I've watched a couple streams where I'm like, I fucking hate everything about their mic setup. But there are some people that are just fucking entertaining. And some people, like what's a good example? Like Saikuno, who on average gets like 30,000 people to watch him. One, he's sarcastic and funny and dry all at the same time, but all he's using is an Apple, like for your phone. Back in the day, you
yeah,
can get the headset that you would wire into your phone, and the mic was just like a little lapel mic that would just like hang off on your chest.
right.
That's what he's using. And honestly, for his voice, it doesn't sound that bad. It doesn't grate on my nerves that much. You would probably like, I don't know, scratch your ears off and fucking, I don't know, call Satan. Like you'd hate it. Like to me, it for him it works. The one that pisses me off though for a while, and I think only recently did he start like finally upgrading all of his shit, was Hassan and Hassan Piker. Uh, and he gets like 40 or 50,000 people watching. He does like a lot of political shit. But for a while, he had like the shittiest microphone. And then he finally upgraded to a better microphone. But the better microphone, he has such a hard noise gate going on that the moment he stops, like when he stops talking, it's dead silence until he starts talking again, and then it's like someone immediately flipped the switch instead of turning the gain up slowly. Like it's the worst fucking settings, and he's proud of them. He's fucking proud of them, and I'm like, god damn it, dude. Like I don't know, it bothers the shit out of
I
me.
feel like you're calling me out a little bit here.
You don't have a hard noise gate. You have a subtle. You're gonna
Okay.
you're telling me you've got a really like when you stop talking. I think you're also in a room that's not that noisy.
Oh, I got a dog licking its ass right about 5 feet from me.
Yeah,
As a
but
matter of fact.
unless you put the microphone, oh, I heard him shaking. Unless you put the microphone right next to his ass as he's licking it, you like no one's gonna hear that shit. But like
It's true.
but like I don't hear what's it called? Like I'm in my basement and I've got my air conditioning just kicked on. Sometimes I'll have the washer and dryer going, but because this thing's good at like not picking up a lot of shit, most of the time I don't think. Like, do you hear anything?
No.
Yeah, yeah. And I unless OBS has like a natural like a gate limiter or something like that in there, I don't think I have it turned on. So
Look,
it's just
I'm
good
trying
rejection.
I'm trying not to convince myself that I need this cloud lifter, but my girlfriend already said she'd buy one for me.
Aw. But dude, you've got your boutique sound.
I do have my boutique sound.
But
You're selling me on it so hard. You know? I'm getting no noise. I'm fucking getting clean gain. Look at my fucking
But-
signal and how balanced it is. And talking about how all the ugly processing that people do to their mics, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
but-
man, my mic
No,
is
no.
ugly processing
So
on it. I know it does.
these are people that don't know how to process, and they're just throwing everything at the fucking wall, and they end up with like harsh tones, or once again like an improperly done noise gate. Like you know what you're doing. You can make this shit happen. I'm lazy. This is the lazy way of doing shit. You don't need this.
Yeah, I guess. I guess if you want to put it that way, but I don't know if I agree completely.
Well, honestly, like having a cloud lifter is just another tool in your recording arsenal. Especially,
That's what I was thinking. He's like,
yeah.
I
Well,
I do have this tube, which is great, but having a cloud lifter as well is another flavor that I could have. But
exactly.
I'm also thinking, I know this guy, right, who's a producer on Twitch.
Hmm.
And this poor dude spent so much money on like outboard SSL gear,
Right.
you know, to like to like get a tube preamp or no, I don't even know if it wasn't a tube. It was one of those the preamp, the one that everybody like wants really bad. They make a 500 series of it.
Oh, okay.
It's those the ones that were in the really big old mixing boards.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. Like, I didn't spend a lot of time figuring out preamps, to be honest. Um,
um,
but I know what you're talking about.
they're like they're so fucking they're standard as fuck, man. They're like
Standard
the
as
warm
fuck.
UA Golden Age. That's a good one.
Mm.
ASP art shit.
Oh God, that sounds atrocious.
Yeah, art is terrible stuff.
Yeah.
What is it? It's not. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. It's all good.
he got pretty much the industry standard of the solid state fucking
Variation.
preamps,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like he's a good producer. He knows what he's doing. He's
Mhm.
done like many good songs that I can think of.
Mhm.
And he knows how to record and everything. Worked in studios, way more experience than me.
Mhm.
He gets his new toy. He's recording a vocalist in his fucking booth, and he is just roasting them fucking vocals. He's
Yeah.
just fucking cranking that gain.
Yeah.
Just fucking. They sound hot, boy. They sound terrible. And I'm thinking, in my head, like, man, I'm probably that guy with this fucking dude.
No, no, you're not.
Like, I got the shit, and I just want to use it. So I'm like fucking, I'm cranking knobs, and I'm trying to get the tone out of it, and the tone.
Well, you also don't want to like go down this rabbit hole, because I have this problem all the time. It's a disease called GAS, and it's gear acquisition syndrome. So you don't want to acquire this cloud lifter and then be like, well, industry standard is get an SM7B or an EV320 or an AT something. Like, then you're gonna start trying to like get different mics to pair with the cloud lifter, and then you're gonna be like, okay, now I need to acquire people's voices, and now you're gonna have to collaborate with a shit ton of people to be like, all right, your voice works really well with an SM7B, your voice works really well with an EV3, because that's what will happen and is what happens to people, because everyone's voice is mildly tweaked. It's different. Everyone has like random frequencies that are more charming when brought out, or less charming, et cetera, et cetera. And the mic will help do that. But now you're going to need a different array of mics, a different array of preamps, like all this shit to just like per person. And you don't want to do that. You're better off finding.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. But
Oh,
you
I
also
know. I know that. Well, that's why I have
Here, let
fucking
me show you-
15
let me
guitars.
show you this.
Yeah.
Let me show you this. Give me fucking
Probably lose my shit.
your Twitch chat.
Oh, I see it. Let's see.
This is these things right here.
Oh,
this
oh,
can cripple me.
oh yeah,
Twitch chat.
yeah.
Oh, I could have put it. Oh, yeah, there you
No, I'm looking at it now.
go. Those things right
Fuck.
there,
Yeah.
that could cripple me right now.
Yeah.
Like if I just got one of those to
Mhm.
hook in to my audio
Oh
interface,
yeah. Yeah.
and I could just parallel process in my DAW, like all of these outboard units. They're all like 500 series rack units.
Yeah.
So that, oh man, that's like
Oh.
real analog shit. You can get like real analog EQs. You
Oh
can get
yeah.
real analog preamps and tubes and all
Don't.
kinds of shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I have to stop you before the addiction kicks in. Don't fucking do it. Like,
Bruh.
don't do it, bruh. It's beautiful though.
Look
I'm
at
not gonna
that.
lie.
Look
This
at that
is
thing.
fucking gorgeous. I love this little
All
detail.
it is a box. All it is a fucking
Oh,
box.
but it's not
And you
just a
buy the units
box.
to put in it.
This is like a 10-band EQ built in like fucking knob form. Like, I don't know what a fucking mode.
Those units.
Yeah.
Those units. Those don't come with it. It comes with none of those units. It is just the box.
No, really? Oh, so
Yeah,
you gotta
can
buy
buy
all
each
of
one
that
those
shit.
separately. Yeah, and each one of those, we're talking
Hundreds.
grand,
Yeah.
2, 3 to get those units.
I understand. Oh, this is deadly, dude. This is fucking deadly.
And I know a couple of people like really into the analog gear.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are just like they got sold, and
Yeah.
that's what they're using.
I bet
and,
you it sounds fucking
know,
great though. But you know what also
You
sounds.
know what? I would wish that it would sound great.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them is the guy roasting shit going on into
Oh.
the, you know.
Well, just because you have the fucking equipment doesn't mean that you know how to fucking use it, you know?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I know he knows that. He's just like he's
Yeah.
one of those guys that can also be really led astray by his ears because he's a tone chaser, you know, and
Yeah, yeah. And fucking chasing tone is the fucking it's so bad.
it's kryptonite. It's kryptonite for guitarists. It's
Yeah.
kryptonite for vocalists. It's kryptonite for just
At some point you gotta just say, all right, this is maybe not the thing I dreamt of last night when I was thinking about what good tone is, but this is what I got. It sounds good. Let's just roll with it and see what we got.
You know what? Your voice through that cloud lifter right now, you should read novels. you should read novels.
If I could,
Just fucking,
if I didn't stutter and had a fucking lisp, I would be more inclined for it.
well,
I have a fucking lisp. Now that I'm thinking about it,
has a lisp, and it's hilarious because she'll start talking about the pizza place is closed on Sundays, and I will be like, what? I didn't hear that. I got some static.
oh, poor wife. That's hilarious, dude. But so I actually just found out recently that so my older brother has a pretty serious lisp, and like it's apparent with all of us. My younger brother has it the least. I've got it enough where if I'm behind a mic, I know it's there, and once I think about it, it's there and it doesn't go away. My older brother, he if you were just to hear his voice, you would be like, could be gay. Like it's that intense.
It's a very yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and then I found out that when my dad was really young, he used to not talk much because he had a severe lisp, to the point where I think he had to get like a vocal coach to teach him how to like use his mouth correctly.
Yeah.
And for him, it was like traumatic. And then I think my older brother, when he first started talking, he's like, "Fuck, there's the lisp." Except, you know, kids like guys my age and younger, no one really cares as much anymore. Like if you have a lisp, like it's like no one's ever said to me, "Chris, you've got a lisp." I'm aware I have a lisp, and I hate it. I fucking hate everything about my voice. So thank you for appreciating me at all, but I fucking hate my
Nah,
voice.
you don't have a really apparent one.
Mm.
Like, I know people that have a really apparent lisp, and it is, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not even that bad for recording, honestly. Like,
No.
there's rappers that I can think of with really bad lisps,
Right. Right.
but
But
they still sound good on a track because everything's being de-essed anyway.
yeah. Well, I once again, I think we're at an age where like it's okay to enjoy the differences in people's voices instead of trying to become like this homogenized Atlantic accent, you know? Like we all don't have to sound like this anymore. Like that used to be the standard. That is what people wanted to sound like. They wanted to sound like a fake American doing a news broadcast and be like, "All right, people, we're going over to the ball game right now."
Well,
Like,
they were selling that image of like intelligence is that accent and
yeah.
is that tone and is
Mm-hmm.
like to, it's like an old school game that people played a lot was like using big words and talking with that tone
Yeah.
to make you feel inferior and
Mm-hmm.
you know like it, no, I don't know. It's going away in a big way, I think.
I think so. Well, I mean, as information is spreading quicker and quicker, we're realizing that intelligence isn't what you learn in a book, but kind of like how you apply yourself to certain things. Like, what was it that Einstein said? If you could judge a fish by how well it could climb a mountain, it would be an idiot. Like, yeah,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, and that saying is so true across the board, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like everybody has their area of expertise, even if it's like
Yeah,
some shit you don't appreciate.
yeah,
Even if
exactly.
even if their area of expertise is talking shit about you.
Yeah, that's the best kind of expertise. The shit talkers, I love shit talkers, and the ones that don't have as big of a vocabulary but can somehow use the F word in every noun, adverb. Like, eh, I had a friend that could literally just say the F word and you would understand everything he was saying. He'd be like, "You fucking dumb fuck," and like, but you knew he was talking about the water fountain, and how he was upset that it was spraying all over the place. Like that's what you got from him saying, "You dumb fucking shit, fuck," and like he could just talk in profanity, and you understood it, and he was a smart guy. Like I don't know, a limited to vocabulary doesn't mean shit anymore. Um,
No, and like I don't know if I've told you the story of my troll.
you
Um,
had a troll?
I got a hater. I got a legit hater.
Why?
Um, he showed up like 3 nights in a row,
Mm-hmm.
just straight up hating on me, just saying I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Um, I don't know theory. I don't play guitar, or I don't play anything, and like
What?
just fucking talking a gang of shit about me.
Yeah.
And it's it's been quite the interesting few nights.
Really?
Um,
I'm gonna have to pop in because I like being the anti troll every once in a while.
the chat has been ganging up on him, and everybody's
Yeah.
a mod, so they're all fucking
Oh
banning
yeah.
him and shit. And I'm like, unban the guy.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. He wants to talk shit about me. Like I will join him. Like it's
Mhm.
literally, he's like, he's talking shit about how I don't know anything, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. All I claimed to know was absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I don't. I
Because
like.
that was the whole argument the first night was he came in his name. He has 4 usernames, by the way.
Oh
But one
God.
of his names was like a musician troll, and I was like, what if I'm not a musician? You
Mm-hmm.
still gonna troll me? What if I'm a beat maker?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. What the
oh
fuck?
man, that just started the whole fucking landslide of how his shitty attitude developed.
Yeah.
Of like oh man, everybody should know theory and
Fuck no.
um,
Some of the
if you
best music
don't,
came by people that knew shit nothing about theory. Like,
yeah.
like.
Everybody should know theory. What's another couple of things? Well, he's got a racist name as one of his fucking
Oh God.
usernames.
Yeah.
So
You can
that's
fuck
fun.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that kind of like mildly like you would think whatever. But it's just combined with everything else about the dude.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Honestly,
But
this is like his bullying outlet, probably. Like
I
often,
don't know.
yeah. I
What's
like,
funny is he went live. He went live and he was telling me about it, and I'm like, okay, dude, I won't be like you. I will raid you. I raided him.
yeah.
Brought
Was he like,
like six
th-
people into his chat or more, and
was he like, oh, thank you to Mike oh, god damn it.
no,
Oh,
no, he knew I was coming, and
yeah.
he just started fuming. He's like, he doesn't say VODs, or I would have clipped him all over the place.
Yeah.
He's like picking up notes and showing them to the camera. He's like, see that? That's signed by Tanya Tucker's husband, and
Ah.
fucking throws the shit down on his fucking desk and shit,
Yeah.
and just like talking about how he does. Look at all these comps or whatever, like
Yeah.
these commissions or whatever, He's like,
God
look
damn.
at all these notes. I got this and this, throwing fucking notebooks all over the place and shit.
So
And
wait,
he
so
looks
he's a
like
good
he's
old
got-
boy, it sounds like.
He looks like he's got good gear. He
Uh-huh.
looks like he's got, like a decent fucking setup or whatever.
Mm.
But man, just so toxic. And I've been trying to like figure out what the deal is, what the motivation is.
Yeah,
for,
like, why, bro? Like,
he won't answer me.
uh,
He's literally he's like telling me that he has to reteach what fucks like me teach.
what? Like, what? Fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
what? Yeah, he's a piece of shit. It's a little presumptuous of me to say, but he sounds like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I might be painting him in the worst light, but that's kind of how he painted himself to me.
Yeah, yeah. But once
And
again,
it's funny.
we're
It's
talking
funny
about
the chat just gangs up on him though.
he
Like
probably
so many people in the chat are just like, dude, what are you talking about?
yeah. Honestly, that kind of that's the kind of attitude that like desires that they want to get shit on. They purposely go out of their way to get shit on. So they become a bigger shit. I don't know. It's a weird form of narcissism. Like I actually have a friend that's really bad at
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. You think you hit that on the head.
Mm.
Like, love to be the fucking nemesis, love to be the villain, love
Yeah.
to be the bad guy, love to come in and grab all the attention by just being that biggest asshole that you
Mhm.
can possibly be.
Yeah. It's definitely self-serving and self-seeking. And it's yeah, you're the loudest one. Those people tend to be the loudest person in the room. So there's probably a certain level of narcissism, and it is narcissism because he's talking about music and he's talking about sound, which if you want to talk about what is good sound and what is bad sound, well it's objective. Like my ears are wired a little differently. My ears pick up different frequencies than yours does. So what's a pleasant sound to me is going to be vastly different than what's a pleasant sound to you. I love fucking heavy gain and a great chorus with like a four chorus harmony. Like that's my shit. I get ASMR from that shit. Do you? Probably not, because you're wired differently. You probably want to follow like a different structure, or you want free flowing. You want something to vibe to. I want something that gets you hyped. And this motherfucker is there like, no, you're all wrong. I'll tell you what the best sound is. Bitch, you don't know shit. You don't.
Well,
Yeah.
most of the intelligent people that I speak to are people that I consider intelligent, are
Mhm.
people that are fucking open-minded about what good sound is.
Yeah.
Right? Because they realize that there's everything from a fucking 40s jazz recording to modern
Mhm.
trap shit talking about killing everybody on the block.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the range, of everything in between orchestral and
Mhm.
cinematic and fucking dubstep and
Yeah.
grunge rock and country. There's so many. Like, how can you say that this specific, especially in theory, right?
Yeah.
When it's called fucking theory,
Yes.
and
And
theory is man.
we're also only talking on a on Western concepts. We're not even talking
Right.
about the strange different modes that exist in the East and the tones that they have that we don't. Like we operate with,
Microtonal stuff
yeah,
and slides and slurs are all part of the musical vocabulary
yeah,
in Eastern scales. You know,
exactly.
which is funny
Hmm.
that we think a note is a thing, right? A
Yeah,
note is a tone is a fucking literally a frequency, right?
it's just a
And
frequency, and for some reason, at least in Western culture, we can identify good tone according to certain modes in a scale or within a scale. Like the moment you hit a little bit of dissonance, we're like, oh, we can't have that. Whereas there's
oh
music that
man, somebody
thrives on
somebody
dissonance.
listened to that Loke track, and I really value this guy's opinion because he's got great ears, but
Yeah,
um, he was like, "Oh, that vocal is out of tune with the track," and it's like, "Oh man, dude,
yeah. Oh wait,
you're
which track was that?
oh the Loke track. I played the Loke track for you, didn't I? Hold on,
Probably.
let me see if I
Yeah, yeah.
listening. 4 floors, yeah, 4 floors.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like, "Oh, he's off key. There's no key to that song."
Yeah. But
It's so
yeah.
there's so much like and somebody asked me how do you write a song without a key? Well, you just like don't pay attention.
Honestly, modern hip hop producers are really working with a lot of dissonant sounds and atonal tones and still making that shit work. Like,
I'm happy with that Loke track. I think he killed it. I think
yeah.
that the beat is even though it's kind of atonal,
Mhm.
it's it's still fun. It's just
Yeah.
it's got like a nice drive to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minimal, and that's another is like there's room for minimal, there's room for
Mhm.
lush and full, and it's so stupid to be presumptuous and to say that,
Yeah.
oh, my sound is the epitome of what fucking sound is supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like no one can really determine that because once again, good sound is subjective. To
i'm trying I'm trying to focus on like just like being musical support,
yeah.
and like people like the feedback thing I didn't ever want to do again. I know you know that.
Mhm.
um but I started doing that again, um just because I mean people were coming to me for feedback all the time anyway.
Yeah. Because once
It's
again,
just
like you can say that you don't have you're not skilled or what. You're fucking skilled as fuck. You know it, and everyone, most people seem to really respect your opinion on like anything musically related. Because I think you come at it with like anything goes, anything can be good, and I'm just here to help you get a better sound out of it and pay attention to shit you may not have been paying attention to before. And then I remember tuning in one time and you were talking to this guy and he was like, dude, I think this sounds great. And you're like, you don't have enough like separation between these two instruments. They're kind of like muddying up the sound. You need to separate them. And when you do, you'll hear them even more clearly. And he's like, no, I like the way it is. And you're like, you might want to like, do you want more clarity? Do you want, no, I like it muddy. And it's like, dude, pay attention. Like he's trying to help you.
do that.
Yeah. Well, because it sucks because they see it as an attack on them because like music is an extension of a person. It's normally
Mm-hmm.
something that you've conceptualized, and like that's why I probably am too scared to do shit because I'm like I don't like rejection, but it's how you grow. But like they produced something, they created something, and they took it to the point where their knowledge can't take them any further, and they think this is the greatest piece right here. And then all of a sudden you're getting that extra feedback that says, hey, by the way, there's a way to elevate this. And in your brain, you're like, nah, this is the best it
Well,
can be.
there's so much crazy shit, like with the whole defensive structures that people make in their head.
Yeah.
It's like you have to navigate the world, and especially when you're a kid, you're not supposed to have all this fucking
No.
knowledge and grasp on everything, so you're kind of open to everything, right?
Yeah,
But
definitely.
at a certain point in your life, you're like, I'm supposed to have this stuff down, so you like lock down this fucking meta architecture of I know everything now.
Yeah. And the more you study, the more you realize you don't know shit. There's so like
And the more you're hit, you get hit with these fucking these things that push against that, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that triggers your defensiveness. And like I've been realizing lately that riding out that defensiveness and like recognizing those triggers and that shit that comes up when I get defensive
Yeah.
is like is one, it's easier to do now, and two, it like recognizing, getting like sort of zen with my defensiveness
Mm.
is helping me like open back up a little bit more and not be so closed into like I know everything.
Yeah.
Because it's hard not to get locked in that.
No.
It's natural.
Well, I mean, if you spend enough time at any one thing, you think you've mastered it. But what I like sometimes I know I fail to remember this. Actually, no, I remind myself about this a lot that somebody else did this and somebody else did this a lot longer and somebody else figured this out in ways that you can't even think of. Like I'm never one to say like I'm a master at something. There might be something I'm masterful at, but I'm not a master. Somebody else has done this longer, spent more time doing it. Like who am I to presume that I know everything about it,
One, to say you're a master, you've kind of like reached the end of your teaching.
Yeah.
Or your learning. Right?
Yeah. And that
So if you reach the end, then I don't know if there's any master that I would look to would consider that just an idiotic idea.
Yeah, 100%. Like like even like we can go down the list like Victor Wooten, Tosin Abasi, Ingwe Malmison. You think these guys got up one day and said, "You know what? I've taken the guitar all the way. There's nothing else to be learned. I can stop practicing now cuz there's no need." No. Like they're always trying to fuck with sound. They're always trying to do something new. They're always trying to invent. Like that's what a master does, and I don't think they call. Well, some of them probably will. I think at some point you get enough fans and you get enough fanboys, and somebody will be like, nah, you are a master," and at some point you might start believing it. But I don't think they stop. They don't stop learning.
No, and that's the whole. Like I said, it would be considered idiocy, and that's like. It's pretty much every mindset of somebody who's been really skilled at something
Yeah.
that I can think of. It's been like, you know what? I'm still learning. No matter how far down the road I've been, I'm still. Oh, my cat wants in. Hold on.
Sure. Nah, but there's too much. I hear it. It's cute. But
Into the mic, cat.
oh, he's not gonna talk. If you go meow, meow, I'm gonna make weird fucking noises for a while until he does something. God, I need pets. I don't have any right now. I need a pet. It's a weird sentence. But yeah, no. I think we're both in agreement. Like, That you can never stop learning, and it like there's one thing with providing criticism, and there's another thing with shit talking. And it sounds like your troll is just a shit talker. Um, and he probably knows what to do with a mic. He probably knows how to voice it correctly. He probably knows all the basic shit. But I don't know why he has a need to shit on somebody else's stuff. Like, you know what you're doing, Mike. You know exactly what you're doing. You know what kind of sound to chase, and people acknowledge you know what good sound is. So I don't know.
It's not a general consensus, believe it or not.
Oh, I know.
There's lots of people who think that my sound is terrible.
Oh,
So,
there's lots of people that don't recognize rap as music. Like, okay, well, thank you for your input. It means nothing because it is music. It's a genre. You can win a fucking Grammy for it. Who are you to tell me rap's not music? It's just somebody talking. All right, why don't you fucking
Pulitzer as Kendrick Lamar? That's crazy.
Yeah, he deserves it too. Like, yeah, I don't. Opinions are like assholes. You know that saying. So everyone's got one.
Oh, speak to me more in old cliches. I love it, man. That's the shit that makes me happy inside.
I run out of them real quick. I don't have a great memory. Every once in a while.
More flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what good.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah. See, that's one thing I miss about Southern people. They have a million of those. You can just sit around and just listen to a dude just talk in fucking like old analogies like that. And little proverbs.
Yeah, they have one a cliche for every situation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't miss the South at all. I hate it.
I hate the conditions of it, but there is a charm, and I see that there's a charm. But I know I wouldn't blend in well with them because I'm brown.
I don't think it's just that. And you know, obviously there's some of that, but I think you're. I don't even want to say anything derogatory. I just think that the reason that you wouldn't fit in is this level of like city sophistication that is rejected in the South.
Oh yeah, no, it is. But I also was raised in the South. I born in Miami, raised in Texas. So I every once in a while, like I used to, like when I got tired or I got really mad, I'd bring out my like Texas burr because like that's what my brain was defaulting to. And it's fucking weird when like, you know, this little half-breed Indian kid is like, y'all don't know what you're about to get yourself into. Like it's fucking weird, but but like, and now apparently my new default is fucking Jersey, and
oh, you want to go?
Yeah, well, it's not even that. I just sound fucking stupid.
Attitude ready.
Exactly. A lot of like, yo, what you talking about, huh? And like, I don't know. If I listen to the
hands and shit.
Oh, hands are normally moving. I just have a controller right now. But like, I don't know. It's weird. Over time, like things do change. And you're right. Like city sensibility about culture and like being open to cultures that doesn't sit well down in good old Tejas. At least where I was living back in the day. They kind of were they were exposed to me and my family. And I guess that gave a handful of people like, no, y'all know that we're not racist because we know the Claremonts. They're good mixed kids, and like what the fuck?
That's exactly the kind of shit that passes.
But at the same, you're like,
wait a minute, you're saying that makes you not okay?
Yeah. But to be honest, it's almost like as shitty as it sounds, it's probably the best step in the right direction for them, because at least it's exposure and they're acknowledging that, yo, you know what? At least it's not mixed kids are just like normal kids. I'll tell you that right now. They're kind of normal. They seem just like Jenny and Eric, like. But I'm surprised his name wasn't Abdul. Like, but once again, like. you know, as ignorant as that sounds, that's kind of the growing pains. And I don't want to get mad at anyone for talking like that, because at least they're acknowledging it instead of like passively
But are
aggressively.
you gonna be friends with somebody who's like
I have
cringing like that? You
I
know?
have been friends. Like, you know, once again, I lived in Texas, and me and my brothers were the only people of color in the area. And honestly, I was a self-hating.
It was probably either that or like full on racism, right?
There was full-on racism. Like, thankfully, my dad and my older brother kind of kept that away from me. But like, we had a neighbor that would constantly sick his dog into our yard, trying to like he would kill our chickens and like fuck up some shit. And he was like, "Yeah, we kind of just want you out of here, so I'm not gonna make it easy for you." So my dad was like, "You know what? Go fuck yourself. Next time your dog comes over here, tries to kill any of the chickens, or if my kids are out and that dog's in the yard, I will take a hatchet to his head. Then I'm coming over with the same fucking hatchet, and I'm taking it to your head." The dude himself moved. It was kind of cool. But like,
Yeah.
and then like even like people who are supposed to be understanding in the church, wherever my mother would sit, they wouldn't sit with her. Wherever we sat, we didn't realize it because we were like too little. We were like, "Oh, dude, we got a whole pew to ourselves. There's no one here." Didn't realize that people were intentionally avoiding us because they didn't want to sit in the same pew. And then if we got a good pew, because we'd get there early enough in the day where we'd be always all up in the front of the church, if we got up to go to the restroom or do anything, they would immediately rush to it and take the spot. And then we'd be like, we were sitting there. Like, the fuck? Like, it was weird shit like that. And I would rather take that person and be like, "Y'all, these half mixed kids are kind of cool," better than those assholes. 100% would be
No,
that person's friend, you know?
that that is a big distinction to make. You know, like,
Yeah.
but my point was just that, you
Mm.
know, in the climate
Yeah. Yeah.
anywhere else, you
Mm.
know, that shit would be intolerable.
Yeah. Because it is intolerable. It should be intolerable. And
It is.
we're in an age where you can look up another person's culture online in like 2 seconds. You can be exposed to anything you want. Unfortunately,
You know what's funny
Mm,
is that like a simple like study of genetics
yeah.
is gonna like smack you in the face if you're a racist. Like, you have to go into some deep dive, fringe, statistical shit to
Mm-hmm.
not get this basic, you know, genetic shit that, hey, we're all like really a very mixed bag, and we all
Yeah.
kind of came out of the same part of Africa.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're I mean, I went to school with a guy like this, and he went down the other scientific rabbit hole of well, people of African descent did not mate with Neanderthals. They mated with another variant that didn't have as big of a cranium. And because of that, Africans naturally and genetically do not have the same IQ as those of the Caucasus region. Or what the fuck are you
I
talking
heard
about? Yeah.
I heard a guy making those kind of, they're not real genetics.
Mm-hmm.
They're what are they called? They're,
I feel like I know the term, but I can't think of it.
yeah, there's a term for it, and it's basically thinly veiled racism,
Oh no,
right?
it's
Like,
definitely like a neo-science backed by
yeah,
like yeah,
it has nothing to do with
no,
like real genetics. It's
yeah,
it's like if you were to say phrenology was brain science or something like that.
yeah.
That's the equivalent, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, but there are a lot of people that do buy into it, and that's why we have as many weird divisions that we do now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like you
like
live.
I said,
Mm,
you have to deep dive. You have to
yeah.
look past all the pages that say the same thing,
Yeah, you can't look at
right?
popular. If you look at modern science and what you can term as popular science. You you gotta first reject all of that, and then find this one dude who has been like corrected and whose studies have been stricken because there's no real evidence, and it's more of an opinion piece. And you have to look for those like studies. They're not real studies. They've been disproven. That's why but then now you have to go down a conspiracy rabbit hole to say, well, popular science can't admit this.
Yeah.
Popular science don't give a fuck.
Same kind of fringe shit you have to do to be on the negative side of weed, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like you can look at all the science, or you
Mhm.
can look at that one thing that was published by the tobacco company 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and sad part about it is that a lot of people will just skip right past like the modern
Mhm.
studies and
Yeah.
attitudes on what it does. Even professionals, which is fucking stupid. You know?
Yeah. And
Like,
honestly,
if you're talking to a doctor and a doctor is saying that your weed smoking is impairing your life, you might want to like double
oh
think,
yeah.
like whether that doctor is what he's really about. You know.
Well, there are some people that can do anything in excess. Um, and I come from a way conservative drug background. Like I tried to not do any, but I like all my fucking genius friends that I work with that have much better brains for IT than I've got. They're fucking high all the fucking time, and they can compute so much better than I can. And I'm like, I'm just stupid, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, this shit seems fine. Like, who cares? Like, who fucking cares? I don't care. Like, yeah.
I don't,
But
I don't think everybody has to smoke. That's not.
no,
That wasn't what
no.
I was just getting at.
Don't fear it.
If you talk to and if you talk to a doctor and you're like, hey doctor,
Mm.
you know, like I think this might be good for me because of this and this and this reason.
Oh yeah.
And doctor is like, well, you know, blah blah blah, tar levels and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, what do they say? Hallucinations and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, laziness and all this other shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not gonna make anything worse or better. I mean, to be honest, it's a great way to treat so many. Like, you got aches and pains, fucking have some weed. You got anxiety, fucking have some weed. Like, it's almost.
You know what? Those things,
Mhm.
you don't even have to have straight up weed. You could have CBD,
Yeah.
which has no THC in it, is not psychoactive, does not make you feel high,
Yeah.
but just relieves those things.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, and I need more of it in my life. It's been decriminalized in Delaware, so it's not. I don't think it's considered okay for recreation yet. But they made it okay in New Jersey, which if it's okay in New Jersey, like nothing's okay in New Jersey, and if they made it okay in New Jersey, it's fine. Like I don't care. One of these days, Mike, I want to go on a fucking like brownie trip with you, and just fucking listen
I
to
had some brownies recently. I was eating them 2 at a time, and
like whole brownies.
Other people tried them and tried like a half of one, and
Probably
were
went out of their
fucked-
mind.
Fucked it for hours.
Yeah. A buddy of mine made some, but he's like a veteran when it comes to this kind of shit. So he's not the right person to ask, like, yo, how much of this should I take? He'll be like this much. Don't ask him. He can't tell you. I took like a little.
Half what he says.
I took like a crumb. Like it was like literally like this much of a brownie. I didn't feel it for hours. I was like, oh, this shit isn't working. I didn't have more. I was like, but you know what? I'm not gonna fall into that trap of just eat a little bit more and see what happens. It's like, nah, we're good. I fell asleep. The next day when I woke up, I was high as fuck. I like it was like such a delayed hit. I must have had so much like food in my system that it probably just didn't like get absorbed like it normally would. And for like 8 or 9 hours, I had a grin on my face over the stupidest shit. I put on like this romantic comedy of these two assholes that like I'm a millionaire and I love you. I'm a millionaire and I don't love you. And it's the worst fucking people in the world. And I'm having the grandest time of my life. And when the high wore off, I was like 12 episodes into this shitty show. And I'm like, this is the worst fucking show. Why was I so happy watching this? And then I had to finish it at that point because I think I had 4 episodes left. But I'm not gonna lie, it was great. If I had 2 days, I would.
I don't give any. I wouldn't do it. I quit on Game of Thrones. Like 3 seasons in or something like that.
Yeah.
I got tired of the sadistic fuck, just like killing everybody in the show, and like fucking with people in ways that was not cool, And like, it's cool. Like you want to be sensationalistic a little bit to draw the audience and all that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Like, how much gore do you have to have in your show to sell it?
Dude, it worked on me. I fucking love that shit. I ate up every episode. I'm also one of the few people when it was finished. You know how one was like, dude, that was the worst ending to a show, period, blah, blah, blah. I liked it.
Everybody hated it.
I like the ending. I like where it ended up. I like how they resolved a bunch of shit. I will acknowledge it was lazy writing, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy lazy writing, which I did.
True.
I
didn't watch the ending, and I don't even
you don't
know
need
how
to.
or why. I don't care.
You don't need
I
to.
don't care.
Yeah.
Like I just know that his whole writing style pissed me off, and I got invested in the show, and like the third time, I think it was the Red Wedding, was when I finally said, fuck that, dude. Just fuck your whole, everything that you're doing with this show. I hate what you're doing.
The Red Wedding, it was like a scenario created, like cruelty for cruelty's sake, and I could see that. Like, it doesn't. I don't think that was like the pinnacle of brutality. They definitely went worse.
I know. I could see they were going worse, and I didn't want to go with them.
Yeah. No, I get that. But at the same time, like, it's good trash TV to me. Like, I'm okay with it. But I don't know.
I got some dinner to eat.
Yeah, go. I was gonna like dip out in a second, because I gotta find food, and I have to pass out early because I gotta be in Baltimore at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I got some travel to do. So.
Well, I'm glad you streamed. I'm glad I got to talk to you a bit.
You too, man.
Let's do this fucking music stream sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Give me next week. As I said, I'm going to be up in New York for a few days, so I won't be able to do anything. But the following weekend, we'll find a time, and then we'll just fuck around, see what happens.
All right.
All right. Later, dude.
Later.
Bye. Y'all, that was the man, the myth, the legend, Mike, the motherfucking Geese. Fucking awesome, dude. And as you can tell, we can talk for hours. We did talk for hours. Well, I'm gonna peace. It was fun. My face hurts from smiling. Also from wearing this headset. I am not used to it. I want to be a pro streamer someday, man. So I'm gonna call it quits. Thanks for hanging out with me and Mike. 'Twas fun.